Happy Thursday, everybody.
Tribe.
Welcome. Good evening, everybody. It's great to see you. Happy Thursday. Hi, Gunny. Hey, Gypsy.
What's going on?
Yo.
Woohoo. I feel at peace at home. Woohoo. You drive, I'll navigate. John Jacobs. I need to do some. Okay, hold on 1 second. Really quickly. We're not on a damn time schedule tonight. Here we go. This is for Mr. V Rose and JJ. Really quickly. Let's go. Just like Jack the Ripper, just like Mojo Hand, just like Billy Sunday in a shotgun ragtime band, just like New York City, just like Jericho, pace the halls, climb the walls, and get out when they blow. Did you say your name was Rambling Mr. V Rose? Ramble on, baby. Settle down easy. Ramble on, Mr. V Rose. All right. That's for Jay. I had to play that for him.
Hey, Mr.
Coming out of the gate strong. Hello, Paris Custom Cards. Good to see you, buddy. Johnny Rainbow. Hi, Johnny. Biggie 143 in the place to be. You lovely person. Hi, buddy. OC Stacker, let's get ready to bid. There will be one item to bid on. I will show you. It's from the Mint of Poland, and it is really special. We will do a little fundraiser tonight, and there will be 6 donation BINs for everyone to help with shipping. They're all going to be the same, so stay tuned for those. Hi, Thomas Buckley. Good to see you, buddy. Hello, everyone. MLs, ladies and gentlemen, from Northern California, your favorite rockers, MLZB.
Woo!
I'm trying to be a carnival barker. Richard C. He's a traveling man. Made a lot of stops all over the world. We're going to show some stuff that, and I have some surprises for you, Gunny, from Richard C. He's going to see it live, Richard C. He hasn't seen them. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Jeff Davis is here. Hi, Jeff Davis. Hi, Lola, if you're with them. J to the Tizzo, Mrs. to the Tizzo. Yeah, the dog's like happy about the Tizzos. The dog started barking. They have a great tool video from their channel. Somebody link it up because it's awesome. Stinkfist. Yeah. Living the dream is Uncle Robert. Uncle Robert. Take it away, Uncle Robert. Oh, bow, wow, 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 wow. I love you, man. Hey, Uncle Robert. Hi, Starika. He's handing out high fives. Hi, Starika. Butler Strong, all day long. He's got a little cold. We were talking earlier, and the warm, sunny weather in SoCal is helping him out. But get over the cold, James. We love you, buddy. Yoke fan. Hello, y'all. Hello, all. Hi, Squirrel. Mrs. Coin Crew is here. Cheers, everybody. Welcome. Gunny, why don't you welcome everybody with the scary Easter Bunny.
Yeah. Hello, scary Easter Bunny. How are you, sir?
Why is it scary?
Because we know it's you under the mask. It's scary.
Kids loved it, though. Kids loved it.
Hey, don't ask, don't tell, buddy, you know?
Whatever.
Oh, it's pinnacle or oh God, what's that? Pistachio.
Pistachio.
Okay, you heard it here on the Coin Tribe. I am a Furby. Yes.
But hey Gypsy, good to see you, brother. Can. Wow. Listen, it felt like I just saw you yesterday because of that long auction we did Monday. Worth it, love it, awesome, did
Are you
good.
saying it was long?
Thank you, everyone.
No. Just a little bit. Worth it. Had a great time. But I know Can said he's got a couple of things to set up for a bin. He's going to do that in a minute. But at 8:30, in about 24 minutes, we're going to have a special guest, someone who I've come to know just in the last 4 or 5 months. His name is Dan. He runs that Polar Currency YouTube channel that I've informed you all about. So he's going to come up live, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. We haven't had a special guest up here in a while, especially a new member of the tribe. So he's going to help us out promoting the Toys for Tots charity auction that we're doing. And we're also going to, get the word out for his channel because, hey, I know we all like coins in here, but hey, don't forget about that currency. I'd buy some of that. I'm still lurking for that $500 bill. So, and Dan's a hell of a guy. I've talked to him on the phone for a good hour and a half. I can't wait for you all to meet him and talk to him. Can. It's going to be fun.
Nice. Hi, AZ Coins. What's up, Rayno? You got the right one, baby. It's Ray and Ida Herring. Hi, friends. Good to see you all. Thank you for coming and chilling with us on a Thursday night. We do have some exciting things. I'm just going to give you guys a little preview. This is a dog. Actually, I'll give you an update. We were not able to keep Pistachio, so there was a chance that we would be able to adopt Pistachio. We gave her back, but the good news is they were so grateful for the way that we treated her, and also she's a puppy, so we potty trained her. We trained her with some basic obedience things for the dogs learn, and hi John Jacobs. And so they were so thankful. They live like an hour away, but they said, we'll bring her back, for like a week at a time. It's certain spells so that you all can just enjoy her again. And so it actually worked out really well. She has a stable home still with the and the little girl was the one who really, was the one that was like, I just want my dog back. And we're not going to stand in the way of a little girl and her dog.
No.
But we're able to have her at like small doses now, which is great, and absolutely super thankful that we're able to do that. Let's show you something really quickly. The guest is impromptu, and we're so happy to have them, and I'm looking forward to learning more about currency with Polar Currency. But we're next week is Thursday and it's Thanksgiving. We're not going to be able to live stream next week, and the Toys for Tots auction is 1 week from Sunday. So this is basically the time that we have to fundraise for shipping, because everything's going to be this fundraiser. Everything will be sent like the Wounded Warriors directly to Toys for Tots. So we will be covering shipping. So therefore the tribe needs to earn some money, and we've had some great donors. Ramno with shipping for the Toys for Tots. But also Living the Dream has also donated money for Toys for Tots for shipping and already ahead of time. So thank you, Uncle Robert. But these are some things that have been donated for us to basically, one thing will be an auction. This will be an auction from the Mint of Poland. And then we have 6 grab bags and they're all the same, which I showed you earlier. It's the 1 ounce Silvertown silver, which is really cool, an angel that you can engrave and everything, and it's a great stocking stuffer / wrap it as a gift. It has a tiger's eye Averkurt angel, which is actually a little bit bigger than this one, as well as a tiger's eye heart that goes with it, as well as ask for it by name, the Screaming Goat.
Go!
A brand new Screaming Goat will be included in that. But let me show you, please, quickly what we're looking at in terms of what will be up for auction. And this will be up for auction probably shortly after our we meet with our guest, Polar Currency. So Poland, Mint of Poland, there's a theme going on. The universe is speaking to us. I'm just playing. But it does have a clamshell. Let's see what it's called. It's called the Ladybird, which is basically a ladybug. Okay. I think that's what they call it in other places. Niue 1 All right, I gotta look under the scope. This is gonna challenge my eyesight. All right, so this is a certified commemorative coin, Ladybird, of the Lucky Coin series. New Zealand, being New Zealand legal tender, was struck at the Mint of Poland in conformity with the following specs. Niue, it's $1 proof, 3/9 fine silver with pad printing. Silver insert is silver filigree element plated with 24 karat gold, diameter 32 millimeters, weight 14 grams. That's pretty cool. 14. Mintage up to 3333 pieces. That's pretty cool. Year of issue 2014. Designer Dobrachna Suradjewska. There it is. It does have it in Polish, I do believe, on the other side. Polska, Eva Wanda, if you're watching. I love you, Sister Eva. She's one of our Polish friends, as well as our brother Ray. And so let me show you with no further. This thing is just incredible. You got the sunflowers, both colorized and non-colorized. You got the ladybugs. You have good luck. And that is 24 karat gold inside of there. Ooh. This thing is sweet. You got Queen Elizabeth, Niue, Queen Elizabeth II, her effigy, Niue Island, $1, 2014. This thing is just incredible.
That's cool.
This will be up for bids tonight. This will help this was donated by Ramno, $87.90. This will be up for bids tonight to help with shipping for the Coins for a Cause 3rd annual Toys for Tots auction. So Gunny, take it away, man. I just wanted to show what the buy it now donation. The buy it now donation will be $50. So keep that in mind. There will only be 6, so 1 per person, with the Screaming Goat, the Silvertown Angel, and the Averkurt Angel and Tiger's Eye. And this we will start at $1. We will start this at $1, and not now, but when the time is right, probably in about an hour. And if you know somebody who you think would like that, please contact them. Share the stream out. Let them know that we're auctioning off. This is a donation so that we can help with free shipping for the Toys for Tots auction.
Yeah, I just shared it out. Nick will be here soon. Hopefully she'll share it out.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Ramno. Absolutely incredible donations.
Oh yeah, we're off to a hell of a start because you told us to remind the tribe, those who didn't get to see the Wounded Warriors auctions, for the yeah. Go ahead, take that part over.
We have a special friend, and his name, he helped out immensely with the Wounded Warrior project, and he has a channel of his own. He's not even to 1,000 subs. He's almost to 1,000. So if the mods can please link up. And John Jacobs is one of his main moderator, I believe. AG47 Recon. He said to everyone, I think it was at Social Hour at MLZB's on the Friday just before our Wounded Warrior project. The day before, I should say, and AG47 Recon said, "Hey, if we get to 300 likes on tomorrow for the auction process or part of it." Hey, Robert Caldwell, he was a huge donor and bidder. Thank you, Robert Caldwell. AG47 said, if we get to 300 likes, I will personally donate $1 per like. Only if we get to 300. So we got to 364 likes, and he donated $300, but towards Toys for Tots. But he also said, I will ask my employer to donate or to match it. And his employer has matched his donations before for Wounded Warrior Project and possibly other things that the AG47 donates to. And so already in the gate, we have a $600 head start towards Toys for Tots that is already going to be donated towards the Toys for Tots cause.
On top of that, we got $100 I'm putting in for shipping. Perry Makes Cards bought one of the tribe shirts. He donated $100. He basically said he's going to match what I put in. So Boom, we're at 600, 700, 800. And Matthew Porter also made a donation for one of the shirts. So we're over $800 already for shipping. And what's left, obviously, is going towards the Wounded Warrior. So we just want to raise as much as we can. We're going to maximize this. I think we're going to hit it out of the park this year. The last 2 years have been great because it steadily gets better. So, you know, we're going for the home run again this year. So we got a lot of fine people that are helping us, and that's going to be our guest today, Dan from Polar Currency. He's going to help us get the word out. We're going to help get the word out for his channel. So that's just what this community does. We love it, and we just, wow, you blow us away every time. And it's just, every time I'm amazed.
What's up with you, Gypsy? How are you, buddy?
Doing good, doing good. Just went and did some VA stuff today. Was going to go get a VA new CAC card for being 100% disabled, but didn't make it down to the base in time. I found out, you know, they're not very close around here, so I'll probably be down tomorrow.
I have to laugh because he called it a CAC card. Now, what does CAC stand for, Gypsy?
Oh, geez. It has to do with the little chip. That's all I know.
Well, I'll let you know. It's a smart card, like your debit card. But CAC, you don't. It's like saying ATM machine. You know what ATM stands for, right?
Automatic.
Actually, I used to automated teller card.
Automated teller machine. So you don't say
teller
ATM machine. You don't go ATM automatic teller machine. So it stands for, well, close enough, J Tizzo. It stands for combined access card. So you can just basically, I'm trying to
common access card, actually.
Common access card, yes. But you can just say your VA ID card. That's all you need.
Hey, James Butler got it. And yes, Tarika, I am a dude.
See, like you said, it's a common access card.
Well, if you really want to know what is new, though, I received this in the mail today.
Oh, my goodness.
From Joe Durbin.
What year is that from,
cool.
man?
I have been deputized.
He deputized you.
So when Nick comes around.
I know what this is about.
So when Nick comes around, I am the law.
Hey, somebody want to take his mod away?
I am the law.
Anyone?
I was going to wear it.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to have to, I was going to.
Joe Durbin has a great sense of humor. Definitely.
You know, it says State of California, Railroad Police, Southern Pacific Company, and Steamboat Police.
Oh, cool.
See, Railroad Police and Steamboat Police.
You got like an approximate year on that thing?
No, it just says number 385 in the middle.
Is it antique, I wonder, or remake?
It feels like pretty heavy. Like it's, I don't know. It could have been, you know, at Knott's really good replica, but it's got some weight to it. Like that's
pretty neat, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny. You know, Nick Joe comes Durbin. Around.
Good on you.
I am the law. And if any of you know Anthrax,
you will obey.
What are you gonna be like, Sylvester Stallone? Gypsy. I am the law.
I am the law. Yeah.
He drew first blood. He drew first blood.
Authority. That's all I have to say, Nick.
She's from Maine, though, says Tarika. They have their own law. Yeah, they're maniacs. I shouldn't speak. James Butler's in the chat.
You don't want to trust their law, though.
Caney Creek, what's up, brother Joe?
Really quick, since neither of you two have said anything about it, if you look behind me, everything's starting to take shape around here a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit. Looks like you got your hockey banners in the background. You know, I don't know what those are.
Don't forget, like, you know, we got my Tampa Bay Lightning up there.
You got a little bit of organization.
All right, Tampa Bay Lightning.
Well, that's my Stanley. That's the Stanley Cup championship stuff, you know. But one of the boxes has got everything that goes in that box is stuff that's been donated to me or given, you know, gifts and all that stuff. And the wife, you know, all that stuff she gets from the New Zealand Mint. Thank you very much, Can. You created a demon. But
you're welcome.
She's putting all her stuff in there, all her Disney or Harry Potter. I mean, all that stuff. She's tired of it sitting in a drawer, so she said, "I'm going to put my stuff in there." And she started. She's just not sure. So It's coming along.
Mrs.
We're
Corn
having
Crew,
fun
Angel,
doing it.
how was that? Are you Gunny? Are you a Sylvester Stallone fan? Did you watch
yeah.
his movies growing up and stuff?
Oh,
How was it,
100%. He's my
Angel?
favorite actor growing up.
Was the documentary good? I'm curious.
I haven't seen it yet. I've heard. I watched the trailer to it.
While we're waiting, let me show you, Gunny, what Richard C has sent, because I want to get this. I want to show you before our friend and our guest Polar Stacking or Polar Currency comes up. These were sent, and Gunny, I'll show you what are mine, and then you and I have to have a little discussion over the other things. But let me show you what, Gunny, this is yours for certain. So let me hide this comment. Oh, thank you. This is your boomerang from Richard C. and
nice.
Australia. Yeah, these are from Richard C. You got a guy playing a didgeridoo on the back, and also Australia. The river, it says. So this is your boomerang. Mine's behind me. I got a boomerang behind me. And then he sent you some coins. Let me show you what we're looking at here. Richard C's a traveling man. He's got a great heart, and these are cool. All right, so this is one of them. Looks like a ship. Oh yeah, it's an outrigger. Looks like it's a.
Is this Australian?
I think that's an outrigger. This is not, I don't think. He can probably tell you. I'm not sure which country this is from. Let's see if it says. I'm not sure. D'Outre-mer. It's French. I do believe it's
Tahiti.
French.
He said Tahiti.
Tahiti. Okay, this one's from Tahiti. Oh, you got the birds. You got, this one's really cool. All right, so you have that one, and this one's definitely Australia. This is the languages. We've seen this one before. Very cool, Richard. And then this one, Gunny, from Richard C. Oh yeah, the platypus. The platypus. And also, so those are for you, the boomerang and the coins. And then this is something that he sent for me. He knows I like stamps. And this is the Antarctic circumnavigation, 250 years. This is really cool. First day of issue.
That's neat.
August 2023. These are really cool. Thank you so much, Australian Post. And Gunny, you and I have to talk about these. He said 2 of them are mine, 1 of them are yours. And I, honest to God, like, I don't know. Let There Be Rock, AC/DC coin. Oh my!
Okay, the AC/DC's mine. Ben.
Blow up your video.
Blow
up your video. A couple Angus right there, and then another Angus. Flick of the switch.
I'll tell you what. If you don't mind, I'd like to have that blow up your video one, because that's the tour I saw that back in 1988.
No problem. Then we'll each have one with Angus on it. You'll have yeah, because each of the coins only here. Let me show you the coins really quickly then too. This is the one, Let There Be Rock. Okay, so this is the actual coin. It's just the fretboard with his fingers playing.
Yeah, buddy.
And it's, in the shape of an album, AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. And then this is the one that you are going to get. Thank you, Richard C., by the way. You are just incredibly thoughtful. This is going to be yours, Gunny. Let There Be, or Blow Up Your Video, excuse me. And then this one will be mine, Flick of the Switch.
With a flick of the switch.
So...
Love that
super
tune.
Thoughtful. Thank you, Richard C. Traveling man. Love and respect. We will treasure these for sure.
Yep. Thank you, Richard. Because I'm also working on a display behind me, because a lot of the coins we got, the AC/DC ones I bought, you remember, they came in the touring boxes and they had the albums in it. And it's like, oh, I want to put those out. Oh, look at that.
And they went to the symphony at the Sydney Opera House, so they have a and I'm not sure, we can maybe have visitation rights on this one. No, actually, awesome. You can have this one if you want, because hey, Ringmaster Ray, cheers. Mad Cow, Jay Tizzo, Papa York. Oh, I miss Papa York. Hi, Papa York. Hi, Angel. Glad to see everybody here. A York fan.
But ACDC
so thank
also
you so
came
much,
out
Richard
with they came out with a 50th anniversary one that was like in the amplifier. So that's gonna go good with the 2 record boxes that I got. It was one of those, that thing came out and sold so quick, and I found it on the secondary market. Didn't cost me too much, but I was like, I gotta have that to finish the set, you know.
Yep. Hey Dan, hey Kristen Wade, great to see you both. Thanks for stopping in and saying hey. Yep, well, we have a special guest coming up in a few minutes, and Gunny, you want to kind of there's 34 people in here now, some different people than before. You want to introduce maybe before?
Yeah,
give a little.
When he comes up, it's a fellow YouTuber. He has a channel that's primarily about currency. He's not a coin hater, but he just loves currency. Okay, and I came across it through our silly little algorithms that we got, and like I said, his name is Dan Polar Currency, and just hearing the videos and hearing his delivery, it's like, I gotta talk to this guy. It's like I need to know him. And after a few months of he and I paging each other through emails and stuff like that, got his number today. We talked, and I was like, hey, do you want to come up on the channel today? He's like, you know what, I do, because he's been watching our stuff. He has been in the streams before, just as a guest, you know, or on the, you know, in the chat, excuse me. And just an awesome guy. And you know, when I talked to him on the phone today, I was like, hey, I want a $500 bill. And he was like, oh. So he knows about that. And just some of the stuff he's done, he's just making great content, very engaging. You know, somebody like me, ADD, if you don't have me in 10 seconds, I'm out, you know. And I did put his link there, guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe it. It'd be awesome. But he and I, we also connected on the Confederate currency, because my wife really enjoys that. And when I went to that currency show a few months back, if you all remember, there was a guy there. I'm telling you right now, I'm thinking in my head, I was like, this guy's the most knowledgeable person of Confederate currency I ever met. And then he put out a video and he mentioned this guy's name. His name is Pierre Frick. And that guy is like the renowned Confederate currency dude in the US, and he's written books on it and stuff like that. I mean, he had it for days out there, and we got one of them. Where did I put it? I just had the damn thing in my hand. Oh, there it is. We got one at that show. We got one of the $2 Confederates. All right. And the deal I got from him was just stellar. You know, he had some stuff there that was just uncirculated $100 bills of the Confederates, and they're so expensive, but they're just, it's history. It's cool. I mean, yeah, we know what happened in the Civil War, blah, 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 but I just enjoy it. I think it's just another bit of American history that I put together in my collection with my wife, you know, mostly her, because I think we got the 50, 20, 10, 5, and 1. Now, of course, the $100 bills on the list, and it's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
So that's an expensive one. Gen X actually has one. He found it, I think, at the Fun Show, and he wants to send it off to get graded because he has a good one. And me and Ramno have been on the phone talking currency and stuff. And I think this year, he and I just said, we're going for currency this year, you know. And speaking of which, I'm going to bring him in right now. This is I want to let y'all know right now. Maybe he'll introduce himself. So 1 second, please, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dan from Polar Currency.
And Dan, welcome to the Coin Tribe, buddy.
Thank you, Gunny. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Dan.
Hopefully you talk to me.
Oh, I let him know. He knows everything. But the other guy who's wearing the bunny suit, be careful. His name's Gypsy Wolves. He is a Marine, so just warning you.
Wow. The best.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Gypsy Wolves is my brother-in-law who's in the Navy and gave you guys rides. That's the best I got for.
Pretty much.
You know.
But you know, I just wanted
Hey,
to let everybody
Doughboy.
know I was talking to you, Dan, about I came across your channel like most people do on YouTube, and I think you've only been doing this what, about maybe 5-6 months?
Almost a year. It was the
Okay, almost
last
a year.
week of
Okay.
December.
But I came across his channel. I thought I knew things about currency. Like I said, I thought I did. And
Right.
it educating me, and I'm watching it. I'm just going, okay, I gotta watch that again. So you probably got 3 or 4 views per video on me, anyways. And I'm always putting in his comments. I'm going, oh gee, thanks a lot, Dan. You know what you did to me? You put something on the list. Now I have to buy it. Thank you. You know.
I'm pretty much sure everybody does that to everybody, that we can't know everything.
Yeah.
I've seen notes, I've seen coins. Ben, the coin geek, just this past, like yesterday, he had a video with a currency printer and engraver that I never heard of. That was Homer Lee Company of New York, that I never heard of. Not that
Right.
anybody needs to, it's not mainstream, but it was just unusually cool.
Right. Now I know we call ourselves a coin tribe, but I buy currency on here. We got Mr. Raymno, one of the biggest donators we have here. He and I have talked about, we're trying to make a game plan for when we go to the fun show, and it never works the last 2 years. Okay. So this year we're going to say no coins, we're going for currency. Well, we'll see. But with that, Dan, I know you said if you've watched any of his videos, guys, he'll make some sly remarks about, okay, so I got a coin. Okay, moving on, you know, and it's hilarious. Okay. But what got you? I mean, you've been collecting currency for how long?
Since 1998, really. And
Okay.
I'm not embarrassed to say that state quarters got me where I wouldn't be talking to you today if it wasn't for state quarters.
Nice.
Mhm.
And for me, what, you know, as a
Awesome.
history,
It's great
as
to
a
hear a
history
history of that.
yeah. And that's what got me into it, was the history. And that, you know, for my age bracket, the coins hadn't changed since 1965, sans 1976, which, okay, they were poor designs, I thought. I mean, we could have done so much more.
Yep.
Good things happen, but to
Uh-oh.
me, it was trying to share it with my daughters, and which, you know, get the coin albums and things like that. Well, I walked into, and this is a true story, and I'm telling it in a video that's I've told it in my first video. I'm saying it tomorrow. I walked into a coin dealer locally here who went out of business 2 years later. Worst experience I've ever had in my life. I'm sure everybody has had that, and this is the minority of local coin shops. But the guy had a 1923 silver certificate on the, you know, and I'm like, I have to have it, and I paid way too much. It's a rag. Watch my video tomorrow morning. It launches at 5. I still got it. It's on my wall right there, and I love it. Love it. It's a great note.
Yeah.
Iconic note. And it really is the first modern currency, and the dollar bill hasn't changed much, really, when you think about it, to this day.
I know I fall into it, and many people don't know that, like, a bill isn't necessarily worth anything if the condition isn't there. I mean, if it is a rag, sometimes it just goes down. You don't know that at first.
It's got currency has the same scale, but the value goes up a lot quicker. You know, you get up into the 40, 45s with some of the more valuable notes, and it's because, you know, they just aren't there. I mean, for example, 1901 bison note, right? It's got the buffalo on, so technically a bison. Got to be correct.
The one behind you.
Yeah, I had that made up.
Yeah, with the red. Yeah.
Okay. That one. I can't even point right. So that got that. There's only estimated like 4,000 to 7,000 left. So if you pick up that, like my bill, I mean, oh, here, I mean, we'll do that. Here it is.
Nice.
It's
Sweet.
maybe a 10, maybe. But it jumps. You get up into 20, and this is a $400 to $500 to $600 bill, and that jumps to $700, $800, $900 when you go to a 20. So you can imagine what a 40, a 50, a 70. You know, 70 it probably doesn't exist.
Right.
Exponentially.
And like you and I were talking about when in the 90s, when I said, boy, I wish I'd have bought a $500 bill then, because you said they were $650. When I went to the fun show, the cheapest I could get anybody down to back in January was $12.50, and it was like, you know, and it was like that. I mean, I'm hesitant to buy it. I could have. My wife was like, get it. I'm like, nah, I don't want to, because it feels like the hunt will be over, because I've wanted one since I was a child, you know. And it's like, because if I get the 500, then I'm gonna go want the 1,000, and we all know what that costs. It's over $3,000 for that. So
Exactly. And I double down because I only collect Minneapolis Federal Reserve notes. So yeah, it's just kind of, it keeps me in my lane, Gypsy Wolves, so I don't start getting.
You mean like him? You don't get all geeked out like he does.
It keeps me disciplined. Go ahead, Can.
Is it a regional thing? Do you typically collect regional things?
Yeah, I'm a total Minnesota homer guy. Born, raised, roots run deep. I'm planted here.
It's interesting how I just an observation of just collecting in general, no matter what it is, that there are certain people that will just collect anything regional because they have such pride for where they grew up, or they have such, you know, memories of maybe not being there anymore, but having that pride still, and it's powerful. And I've talked to many collectors of different, you know, different things, and it's a kind of a regional thing with a lot of them, and that's all. It's just kind of a cool observation. I'm similar in certain ways, but I'm also kind of all over the place in other ways.
Well, it depends on where you've lived and what you've done for a career. Like maybe Gunny, you know, for those of you in the military, you might be less, you know, attached to a place. For example, I'm going to give a shout out, if I can, to retired Navy Rob. Love his channel. Love his eclectic. He collects like I do. A little bit here, a little bit there. I love his stuff, and he gets some good stuff. Well, he picked up some nationals from his hometown in Pennsylvania.
Good night, Papa.
And
Dan, I've actually looked for just a $1 bill or whatever the lowest ones. I'm still learning your channel. I don't know all about the FRBNs, but anything from St. Petersburg, Florida, and it's so hard to find them. Somebody told me just people don't want to give up the Florida ones. I don't know how true it is.
And your best bet is to never buy. So if you live in Florida, Gunny, try to buy your note outside of Florida, because they will charge more geographically, because people will
more people want
them. So you're
more people want
looking for Florida up there, and I'm going to look for your Minnesota stuff down here.
Exactly.
Got it.
Nice.
Absolutely.
It's November in Minnesota, and you guys got me on the hot sweat box at the ball.
Trust me, you've done live before, have you not?
Yeah.
Okay. Trust me, if you ask Can about 3 years ago, my first time I went live, he and I were doing a box battle with quarters. You'd have thought I was getting interrogated. I had just sweat rolling down my head. So I mean, it was I was so geeked out. He literally was texting me, dude, calm down, you're fine. You know, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. But now with that, like, I know I don't want to give away what you got, because some people don't want to go in their safe and dig it out, but what are some of the favorites of the currencies that you own?
You just saw one of my favorites, and there's actually some new stuff that has come up. I mean, I love the large size notes, and I guess who doesn't? But one of the collections I've been getting into, if I can, is coming up, and I got a complete collection, obsolete banknotes.
Yes.
And those are just like, they're kind of in the Confederate note category. Some folks think of them kind of like in a World Bank note category, but it's a huge ocean, huge. So I'm starting out my collection very small in mind, and I'm collecting banknotes with U.S. presidents prior to the Civil War, basically. Okay. And that's what the obsoletes are. So I've put together some of them, but one of my favorite ones, let me see, here it is this guy right here.
Yes, sir.
So this is State of Louisiana $5 note, and we have, I don't know if I can get my lighting.
Wow, that's nice.
It is Andrew Johnson, ranked one of the worst presidents ever.
A little bit.
Tennessean. I don't know. And it's one of the notes that actually has a back on it. A lot of them are uniface. They're not printed.
Really?
So I find this note just fascinating. An orange banknote with Franklin Pierce on it, $5 from the Bank of Georgetown in Washington, D.C. And the detail level, man, I do not know my right from left.
That's okay. We do it all the time. Oh, by the way, Gypsy, that V on the note stands for 5. Just letting you know, buddy.
I was wondering. I thought it was victory.
Well, it could be.
I mean, every day is a victory for you, buddy.
Wow. Wow. Bam.
Told you we have fun on this channel.
Well, yeah, but that is good. All right. So another worst president of all time, James Buchanan, on a $10 bank from the New England Bank.
Nice.
I think that's in Maine.
That's pretty, man.
He wants me to look for some currency.
William Henry Harrison.
I mean, those are interesting things.
So here's the problem. You do your research, and I knew I was going to have the problem. And that's if there's anybody that's doing anything in collecting, do your research. Find out if it's achievable, affordable first before you go down that road.
Absolutely.
I've started some things, and I did start this one knowing that I'd have to at least cheat. So there's one note that I will not be able to get, and that's a $50 Virginia Treasury note that has John Tyler, another horribly ranked presidents. By the way, the first 17 presidents, once you get past Jackson, they slide hard until you get to Lincoln as far as where they're at on those.
Wow.
So we all need to get together and go steal some gold from Fort Knox or something?
With or without getting, yes, that is true. So
that's basically
so we were talking about Pierre Frick, and I got to talk to him last weekend, and we were talking about that note, and it's only like 9 known. So that's okay. I can't complete my collection, and what would a good coin and currency collector do without an incomplete collection, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's always something. But there's also a couple other ones that are difficult to find. One is James Monroe and John Adams, not John Quincy. So I did find a note. Get this. This one, I'll do this right now. This one still has the original paper from PMG.
Whoa.
So this one I'm going to cheat, and it's got Calhoun and Daniel Webster in lower, but in the center is the first 5 presidents.
Yes.
So I'm going to cheat and count Monroe and Adams in my collection.
Nice.
So why not?
That's called winning right there in my book.
Winning, and there's your, James Madison on a 20 from the Bank of Augusta. Thomas Jefferson on a 50.
That's kind of cool, though. To get every single president, that would be cool.
And this is, and you get into some weird ones. You're like, who would put that on a currency bill?
Ford.
This was a Pierre Frick note that I had to go to him to find out because he's the one that's going to have this. And that's James K. Polk, another tough. Again, wasn't a great president in a lot of people's rankings. Not a horrible one.
Oh.
Love that dog, Chihuahua.
Well, you're also going to love her name. Her name is Pistachio.
We'll do some Bank of Chihuahua notes tomorrow, Can.
Oh.
But that James K. Polk note is, again, interesting because it's got the Bank of East Tennessee and it's got a back. Love that dog. I've got an Australian Shepherd. I don't even know. She's probably not around. And,
Aussie.
Another president. Well, here, I'll show this first because this one here's a Pierre Frick note.
Okay.
Showing Zachary Taylor.
Yep.
So he keeled over. And Millard Fillmore on a $10 from the Citibank. So again, that's
so cool.
I just look for different things. I'm doing a Benjamin, I'll cheat, show you something like, okay, this is Bank of Mexico's first $5 peso that they ever did in This is a 1933, but it was a 1925.
Okay.
So I'm working on a video right now. 4 videos: USA versus Canada versus Mexico.
Uh-oh.
Currency smackdown.
Yo, if you that was one of your shorts you did, right?
Yeah,
he did that short, and I'm like, oh, this dude's gonna cost me more money every time he comes out with a freaking video. I swear.
North American smackdown.
So just watching your stuff from your because you number them when you tell them this is video so and so.
Yep.
It's the improvement of yours is good. I love your delivery because, you know, like if you ask me and Gypsy, we got ADD, we eat crayons. If it's not engaging, we're out. Those videos, I'm hooked. Straight in there.
I'm new, so Gypsy, I'm going to start at the top. Can I ask questions, Gunny?
Absolutely.
What's your scoop, Gypsy? What do you like to? What's your collection?
Right now, my collection is very minimal. I've had to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I started out wanting only U.S. currencies, you know, U.S. coins, you know, basically Kennedy's, and I didn't have like a great knowledge at all. I just got some coins from my daughter and from my girlfriend, and they started off a passion that I had when I was a kid. I got some stuff from my grandfather, and so I started going on YouTube to try and get some more knowledge about coins and whatnot. So at first I'm like, I only want United States. I only want American coins, you know, yada, 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 nothing else. And I start to get, you know, learn more about the Benjis and Walking Liberties first, and, you know, all a bunch of the different old coins, not the ancients, but the older coins.
Right.
And then I started learning about the Canadian coins, the British coins, the Nui mint, and all these other mints out there that just have beautiful, beautiful coins. So right now, like I like pretty much any country's bullion coins because I think a lot of the countries do some really good stuff. We us especially. I mean, I do love the American Eagle, you know. So yeah, right now it's kind of all over the place.
I gotta interrupt because I gotta look what James Butler just said. He just said U.S. notes are kind of boring. He's 100% right, by the way.
Yeah.
There
And,
it is.
and I want to ask you later too if you do other countries, but
I do, you know, but it's like, so you're into, so are you in like right behind my head is my, I wouldn't call it my bullion collection, but it's got, you know, mint bullions from around the world, but it's got some old Canadians in there, like the canoes. I love those big silver 1 ounce, 39 millimeter type size. They're gorgeous, no matter where they're coming from.
I mean, Britannia's, I got a real good love for, especially I one time had a 5 ounce Britannian bar. Right now I'm going through some financial struggles, so I had to sell some stuff, and I'm not big into gaining anything yet, but when I get back into it, it'll probably just be getting on the bullion coin and getting basically a savings of stuff, and then from there it'll depend on who's got what coming out, I guess.
Savings and budget. I mean,
yeah,
I've had people ask and talk to me, you know, and I'm like, look at what I've accrued has taken 25 plus years. Well, not quite. I mean, well, I got onto currency pretty quick, and there was a big hiatus for me. I got into it 3-4 years. I had 3 young daughters. Time, money, gone. And you just got to do something, and you float back in and out to it. And so those were the times that I actually bought books when I didn't have the time or I didn't have the budget. And books aren't cheap all the time either, by the way. And I tell you this, if you're into obsolete, books can be really super expensive.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm going to do a call out. So this Seeing America Through Old Paper Money. If you watch Stu Plubeck, he is promoting it too, and I got it also. And it is a coffee table book, and it's just outstanding color imagery.
Oh, nice.
And the best thing about it, it's $25.
Nice.
Other currency books cost $70, $100.
Much.
You can see the stats that I've got, that these are the constant references that are always there. Right now I'm doing Canadian Mexican, so I got the Canadian. This is like if you need like the red book. If you're into coins, you got the red book. You have to have this one. You have to.
But then you got books like the Cherry Picker's Guide that can go way out there.
Right, but to me it's worth it. It's so if you're not in collecting mode, go look for used books. You can get them cheaper, and you can learn while you save. That's
nice advice.
Oh,
we got a question for you. If we
he
can
also
just
likes
turn...
silver coins with anything with the Marine Corps on it. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah.
Can we ask you a quick question? Brown Sugar, our friend, she's wondering, looking for a note with Treasury Secretary Blanche K. Bruce signed. How much do you think maybe one of those would cost?
I'd have to know condition. I'd have to know what denomination it is, what series it is. So is it like brand new?
Many variables.
And to be honest, I don't know that, but I can certainly, if she was to be able to, is it she or he? I'm sorry.
She, Brown Sugar.
You might be giving you content. Might not take notes for a new video there, Dan.
If you can see the series year and the denomination, tell me what that is. I can look it up for you right now and give you a ballpark.
Okay.
Without,
thanks for asking. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you can go back to Mr. Gypsy Wolves. Oh. But she had been asking that question. I just wanted to see. Thank you for answering or just being open to it.
Well, then of course we got to figure out what is Can Collectibles. I think he'll be happy to explain that to you.
Okay, so done with Gypsy. Sorry, Gypsy.
That's okay. It's Gunny's fault.
Can, what's your deal?
Are we playing Texas Hold'em? What do you want to play?
Oh, I'm always, what do you collect? You run into another collector, you want to know what they collect.
I started, essentially collecting panda bears. Panda bears was like something from the very beginning. We had a man from Germany come when I was much younger. So we couldn't travel a lot as a kid. My parents were school teachers, and so we would have foreign exchange students come in the summer and stay with us and during the summertime. And we had a second or third level in the German league. Bundesliga is the highest level soccer. I was a soccer player, and they brought over the soccer player, and he stayed with us. And he was a semi-pro soccer player, and he brought me a Steiff toy. If you know anything about Germany and stuffed animals, Steiff toys are really famous, and they have this silver rivet in their ear, and Steiff, and Steiff are incredibly collectible and valuable. And so that started my collection of just panda bears with Steiff, that Steiff toy that our experimenter, they call it a foreign exchange student, but they called him an experimenter, which I thought was kind of funny. And so we would play soccer and chill out and like do a lot of stuff. And then, and when he left, he gave me this panda bear, and then he came back and he brought me another Steiff toy after that. But that started that kind of collection. But then my mom and I collected coins, and my mom collected coins growing up, and her and I basically, kind of started looking at coins, and I would kind of ask her, can I look through your change purse and just kind of like things like that. And just, and then essentially what I really like to collect now are transportation tokens, memorabilia, matchbook covers, cork bottle caps, antique vintage stuff, essentially, but transportation related, soda and beer related, and elephants. I really love to collect elephants. Anything.
Well, don't leave out your matchbooks and your soda pop tops.
You said those.
Yeah, I just brought those up. Yeah, no, I just said those.
So you kind of remind me of who
and coins.
Yeah, so it's all, you collect multiple stuff. That's cool. Because I mean, I don't know. I kind of get bored with stuff every once in a while. and I just saw the scroll across. The comment. I collect World Banks. I can quit World Bank notes. I can quit anytime, but I don't want to.
Nick.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's just it. I mean, you go out and find something different, and you never know what you're going to come across.
Right.
That's concerned. So.
Oh, license plates
and you
too.
Don't forget, you love Benji's. He loves Benji's. Don't let him
and Ben Franklin's. Yeah, they're one of my favorite coins. Morgan's were the ones that got me into coins. Really, Morgan silver dollars. My mom gave me one that had a hole in it, and then I found one, later on in life, and basically those were I like the big, dollars, and Gunny likes the Ikes. I like the big Morgans. So peace dollars are cool too, but Morgans definitely were kind of special to me from growing up. But I knew I would always hear, I could tell silver quarters when I'd find them in change or anything like that. I would always take them out. I knew that they meant, they were worth more. They meant something, much more substantial than the other ones, whatever they were. I didn't know clad or any of the terms at that point, but I just knew they were different and they were worth more. So I'd just take them out and I wouldn't spend it.
Ah, there you go. Gunny, by the way,
I guess to end it though, I really like to go to estate sales and things like that, polar currencies. So like estate sales, things like that. I really like the connection with like history like you do. And I guess that's kind of how I wanted to end it is anything that I see that just I knew somebody else owned and what maybe was the story behind it. That's what I really like to collect.
Hey, Nick.
You go ahead, buddy. I didn't interrupt you.
Oh, don't worry about it.
One more. I got Can. Do you ever go to flea markets, or does anybody go to flea markets?
Yes.
Flea markets are a great
all the time.
For
all the time.
Foreign currency. Great place. Might not be
flea markets, absolutely.
But just talk you. Oh, what was that, Gypsy?
Oh, that's for Nick. Oh, but I got deputized.
Sorry, but that's
it's a railroad and a steamboat police.
That is that authentic?
I think so. The person who got it by Joe Durbin, it could be. I'll have to find out for sure. But State of California Railroad and Steamboat Police.
I mean, let's just say it's fake. It's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Well, it's for Nick, who's in chat.
All right.
Just wanted to let her know that I've been deputized by Joe Durbin. So, watch out. Watch your P's and Q's. I'm sorry. And it's nice, though. It's nice looking.
Dude, Nick has so much accuracy. She could take a wrench and throw it from her house and hit you in the back of the head.
I ain't scared. Nick.
Wait till you meet her. Different story, huh? But now, as far as we'll continue this on with me, Dan, like I told you on the phone, I got my books behind me that I've been finishing that my father started. That's where I got into it because I remember as a kid, I'll have this change in my pocket. My dad will go, "Boy, come here. What's that?" I'll pull out my change. He'll take this quarter from me. It was silver, and he'd give me 50 cents for it. I look back now that he has since passed away, and I'm going, well, I got my quarter back. But that's where I learned the sound of silver and stuff like that, because there's been times recently, my daughter-in-law, she was messing with some change, and I was clear across the house, and I heard it. I came stomping in, and I'm like, whoa, what is that? What is that? I took it from her. I was like, what is that? Here, I'll give you $1 for it. What is it? Nothing. Stuff like that. And it was a quarter, but it was a 64, and we all know those were worth 25 cents. But it was just fun to know that I'm darting across the house because I heard that little, that little ping.
Yep.
And I mean, if it's a Walker, if it's a Benji, I like them. I had a great time in 2020. I was on the hunt for W quarters, and let me tell you what, I mean, I must have found through boxes for hunting, going to the bank and getting a box just about every other day. I must have found 200 plus W's, and it was so much fun, But then I'll if it's the American flag, I love my country because I served it. If I can get me some silver, I love these. I mean, I just recently put these on the walls. Me and the wife, thanks to Can Collectibles. He got us into the New Zealand Mint, and they come out with such kick-ass stuff. with these the spaceship coins they do from Star Wars. And I know I saw I'm only going to say this once, guys. You have to go watch his videos and you'll hear his true feelings on Star Wars. That's all I'm going to say. But I've gotten stuff from my wife because she's a Disney nut. She loves her Harry Potter. There's Star Trek. Not going to say anything.
Oh, he's a Trekkie.
That's okay. We can't fault him for that. It was just good.
Go ahead, Guy. I'm sorry.
But then you got, remember, I went to that currency show.
That is a good two. Both of those.
Yep. And I got those at that currency show when I met Pierre Frick.
Yep.
I also got, where'd it go? I got one of his $2 bills for my wife's book.
Oh, nice.
That?
What is that one, Gunny?
Yeah, what was it? Where was the obsolete from?
Oh,
it's
God, you're gonna ask me where?
Sorry.
It's from Richmond.
Okay.
But then all of a sudden you saw that video when I had my granddaughter on there.
Yeah.
And if I can come across something that comes, if it's a deal, they had the 5-ounce, copper rounds. And
the what, Gunny?
Yeah. There you go. You got the same one, don't you? There you go.
Yeah.
But then one day, me and the wife were looking, and my wife's like, "They make tubes for those?" I'm like, "They sure do, honey." And I bought a tube.
I haven't seen one yet.
That's like, did they break down a sewer pipe to get that?
It's almost like some used conduit or something. But if you saw that video, my granddaughter was picking these bad boys up, dumping them, putting them back in. And I got, you didn't hear this from me, but I got 5 more coming in the mail tomorrow. So, well, it's the government statement. They put them on sale for like $6. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to buy those.
This is so I'm never going to get a 1 kilo silver bar, right?
No.
I just don't have that money, but it's awfully cool to have a 1 kilo copper bar.
Hello.
And man, these things are hefty and I got to keep these away from. But yeah, it's just cool to have that much weight in hand, and people don't know how much more copper weighs than silver.
That's just my thing. It's just, if it's out and it's affordable, I'm gonna get it,
Yeah.
And like I told you, I said I got those Star Wars Death Stars on the New Zealand Mint. They both dropped the same day, and they're 3 ounces, and they're $299 a piece. And yes, I had to get one of each.
Yeah, the 3 ounces. Yeah.
But it's a fun hobby. But I've shifted gears lately, gotten more back into the currency like I was when I was a youngster, and still looking for the 500. I think I'll wait a long time for that because the hunt is good. I love it. But like Raymno popped up in there, we're going to try in January to stick to our currency plan. We're going to find currency. And one of the cool things that happened at the fun show this past year, I was walking around. I saw the porthole note, never saw one before, and I can't wait for the story on that one when you make a video, if there's enough content for it. But I was walking around, and next thing you know, I seen this guy. They were all graded. They were the U.S. notes. They were the $10,000 notes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I saw those a long time ago in Las Vegas, and he goes, "These are the ones." I was like, oh. So he let me hold one. I'm like, well, this is cool. I said, how much? He goes, $250. I knew what he meant. No. 250K. I'm like, and you can have that.
Yeah.
But it was just fun to say, hey, I held one,
Right, it is.
He had a bunch of the 5. This dude was heavy in the currency, the thousands, the 500s, the 10,000s, the 5,000s, just stacks of them. I'm like, dude, did you have to mortgage off your liver to buy all this stuff?
There's all sorts of collectors, and the high end, people, I run into folks every once in a while. They're like, oh, I can't afford that. You know what? Who cares? You afford what you can get. And you know what? Every level of collecting is needed to keep the coin and currency collection business moving. Mm-hmm. You need the high ends because those draw the attention. They get the articles. And, they get the sales, like that $2 bill that sold, last week for 40 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
That's good for collecting. But so what? I mean, yeah, I can still go get a red seal $2. It's still a cool looking note at any level. So that's
right. I mean, like I was telling you on the phone, I said, I came across my bank lady. She goes, "Hey, I got a brand new strap of $2 bills. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Yeah, let me just check them out." All I was going to do was look for funky serial numbers, right?
Yeah.
I got done with it. I'm getting ready to take it back. And my wife's like, no. So I was like, "Hey, I have a $2 strap of sequential numbers. I mean, what's it worth?" Well, $200 if I take it to the bank.
right.
And you didn't see any star or anything else in there?
No.
And well, that's where wouldn't it be cool? This is like, I'm not into fancy serial numbers. I appreciate them, but if I was going to search something, I would go get as many twos as I could, and I'd search and search and search for 07041776 to try to find that serial number, which I'm sure is pulled from.
Sure.
Not saying that BEP or people at the Fed Reserve pull notes that might have good serial numbers first, but it would be so cool to have the date of July 4th, 1776 on a $2 note.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool.
I'm just looking for my birthday note. I haven't found one of those yet. Trying to find that. Just for giggles, you know.
Make it money. Oh, your birth date. No.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got weird on you.
That's okay. And of course, Nick is a big fan of Tommy Two-Tone. She's looking
I
for
guess.
75309.
Tommy Two-Tone.
8675309.
But now, what's on your radar lately that you're looking for?
Can's doing some, I think, monitoring.
I think Ida sent him something.
Well, go ahead and answer, please. I don't want to interrupt Gunny, but we do have something from Ida that we have to address right after this. And please finish your question.
What I'm working on is that I've got 4 videos in a row coming out of USA, Mexico versus Canada, who has the best design for each decade, and I cheat on the decades, but it's my video, so I don't care. So there's 9 decades coming up all the way to currency today. Who's got the best currency today? And then there'll be 9 individual decade winners, and then the overall champion. So then coming out in that takes me all the way through December, because again, I only go every 2 weeks because I wish I had enough time, but what I'm coming out is a hyperinflation video. Oh. So if you want to see what the largest banknote denomination ever was issued, I have it. The largest banknote with the most amount of zeros on it, they are 2 different things. And I'm going to explore 5 countries in the last 100 years that have experienced hyperinflation. Venezuela is one of them. That's happening right now. And what's interesting about that, it's kind of depressing from the story. I can't be a sarcastically funny asshole guy that I want to be. But Venezuela, when I first started doing my World Banknote collection in 2020, and what I did, and this was a total COVID, can't go out, let's do something different. I collected the equivalent of the $1 bill for all the world. For everybody who made currency, I wanted the equivalent of the $1. So, like for Great Britain, it's the £5 note, right? Canada, $5, or the smallest denomination they make. So, completely forgot where I was going. How about that? How about that for a senior moment, Gunny?
Well, sometimes our medicine just wears off.
I know it. Why are you talking about that? Holy shit. I'm sorry.
Tell your wife it's time for a scotch on the rocks.
It is. But the foreign banknote
was it the hyperinflation?
Hyperinflation. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Venezuela. So I get to South America.
Zimbabwe as well, I know.
Yes, that was back in
Zimbabwe had this
$100 trillion bill. $100 trillion bill. Yeah, there it is. Awesome. Love that. That is.
Whoa.
Yeah. This one was actually donated by Biggie 1143. It's silver.
So turn it around and show the back. Show the back, Can.
Oh yeah, you got it.
I don't want to see your can. I want to see you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
This guy fits right in.
That has the most zeros ever placed on a banknote. It is not the largest
Oh.
banknote ever made, but it has the most zeros.
So what is
So
that thing
that's-
worth? Like a nickel?
No, it's like less than. It's worth nothing now, but it's probably worth about $200 in decent grade if you want to
I'm
get
gonna hide my can
one
thank
today.
you.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I'd had a good. Oh.
so Venezuela, I came across when I started collecting the equivalent. It was a $200,000 bill from Venezuela. I think it's called the Bolivar. Then
Okay.
2 months later, I see that it's up to 500,000. They have a $500,000 bill. Then 4 months later, they have a $1 million bill. So their inflation was going crazy. And what's ironic about Zimbabwe is that just happened 5-6 years before. And the government there is, and Venezuela is a very competent country, has a huge oil reserves. They've got jobs, and because of what's going on in the country with the leadership there, they've lost over 25% of their population in the last 4 years, including most of their professional people, educated people. So thanks, Nick's Coins. I just got a new sub. But anyways,
there have been quite a few. You'll see.
So hyper inflation is happening. I've got, and by the way, so that's cool because, here's the stack of hyperinflation bills to show. It might
That's
not be
going to be a good series right there.
Yeah.
I might have to break it up. Then I got top 10 ones coming.
Ooh.
I got top 10. Oh, World War II, Gunny, and anybody else. So World War II notes with a twist. That's all I'll say on that. World War II notes. So yes, you'll see the Hawaii and see the North Africas, but we got a little bit of a twist going on there.
Yeah, she's asked that twice, Can. So when we get a chance.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Ida Herring's asking, what do you think about the 2013 B series duplicate $1 notes?
Oh, that great question, Ida Herring. I don't know why I want to say that all in one word, but maybe it's just Ida.
Well, if you don't know her, she is like incredibly generous and does a lot of things in the community, has a morning show. Ida Herring, very, very great lady. Great lady.
So it is a very good question, Ida. So for everybody who doesn't know, the story is the U.S., the BEP printed the same notes in 2013 from Washington and from Fort Worth, identical serial numbers. So they went out, and that was a mistake. That was an error. The problem is the average banknote lasts about 7 to 8 years. So Ida, a lot of them may have been destroyed already. And what I have, if you've watched Stu Plubeck collecting, I highly people are selling these and buying these on eBay for like $20, $15 a piece. Stu Plubeck has 100 of them, and you need to match the other pair for it to be valuable. Just to have one, it's not valuable. You need the other one. So with that said, it's worth nothing without the other one. Half of them probably are gone by now.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got 100 of them, Ida?
Whoa.
Yeah, well, hold on to them.
Yeah, I mean, hold on, check. There's websites out there. This isn't something that I get into. But what I just want to say is, yes, I hope you are finding them in circulation and not paying for them on eBay. And if you are, I'm sorry, but maybe you get lucky. The last pair, to my knowledge, and this is based on, I'm not putting words in Stu Plubeck's mouth, but I really trust Stu on this. The last matched pair was $4,000.
Oh.
So if you're paying $20 a bill trying to match and you don't have a match, how much are you going to pay before it's worth $4,000? There's the question. But it's certainly a great, trust me, 10 years from now, that's going to be history, and I'm going to make a video about it.
Yeah,
She's saying no, these are uncirculated. If that makes a difference.
They're both everything, but it's like if it's 100 uncirculated, that's good. That is good. That the better the condition, the better. But here's the problem, Ida. You have the uncirculated one. The other one may not be. Its match may not be circulated. Might be
I see what you're
up.
getting at.
So
Okay.
now that pair is not as valuable, and it comes back into the normal coin and currency. Well, what's it look like realm?
Okay. So
But-
you want them both to be equal, and that's going to just go through the roof then, huh?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
But I like the aspect. You know what? I every time a new series comes out, I tuck away 10 to 20 of every Federal Reserve banknote. It's not that big a deal. And why do I tuck them away? Because in 20 years, currency collectors like to collect every Federal Reserve bank. I look for just the Minneapolis. So guess what? I pay up because I can't find the 1974 or 77A Minneapolis issue. And a lot of currency collectors they have to collect all 12 Federal Reserve banks for every series issue and suffix.
Well, and then you get trade power. You get trade power, right? If you have something somebody else wants, it's just a general thing then you have trade power. Like Ida, if she has 100 and of uncirculated of one set, and somebody has some other of the other set the match, she's got leverage. She's got trade power. Or if somebody's wanting the ones that she has, she can, leverage that into getting the one that she needs to match her, one. And
there's nothing wrong.
There's a lot of stuff that.
Nothing wrong with having 120, 100 of them. Put them away. There you go. I mean, yeah, you got $100. They're uncirculated. Tuck them aside. They might be worth something later on.
Well, so maybe in 10, maybe my granddaughter will make out on these.
We've been on for an hour and 15 minutes, and there are a couple of order of things like business, and we're just going to do them really quickly. It's not going to take very long, and we'll get right back to our guest. But we do have to get some things taken care of for shipping, and I'm not sure exactly, Ida, what you. This is for Toys for Tots. I'm not sure exactly, Ida, what I saw the pictures in the email. I don't necessarily know what the pictures mean, so if you could elaborate, please do. But there's first of all, I want to show you something quickly from Richard C. And he noticed with his reverse proof Morgans that he's sending them back. There's like a nick in each, and I'm not talking Nick's coins. There's like a nick in each of the Morgan's neck right there. So he said, kind of keep an eye out for these because he's sending his back. I'm not sure. He's not sure if it's an error or not, but there seems to be some sort of nick in each one of the ones that he has in its neck right there.
I might keep one.
Keep that in mind.
Keep one and send one back, just in case.
I know. I might like consider keeping one too. Next order of business, we will get into right after this. We're gonna do. Oh, it is to be auctioned off for the shipping for Toys for Tots. Holy crap! All right, Ida, thank you so much. What we're gonna do now first is we're gonna do the buy it nows. And these are donation only, $50 minimum donation. This is for shipping. These have been brought to you by Ramno, and I'll show you guys quickly, you guys and gals, quickly what they are. Every single one will be the same. There will be 3 items in each care package. It's kind of like a holiday package, and each one will be exactly the same. One per person. Wait until we put it in the chat. What you'll get is these are stone. These are tiger's eye. You'll get the tiger's eye heart and the tiger's eye Averkurt angel, which looks like this. But this one is a little bit bigger. The one you'll be getting, angel stone, as well as an angel, or as well as a heart, tiger's eye heart. You'll also get your very own screaming goat. And this is really cool as well. Great gift. You can, endorse it right there. This is 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver from, as you can see, Silvertown. And it is an angel. Let me show you quickly. 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver angel. Looks very proofy. And 2023, Merry Christmas. You can get it engraved. It is blank, so you can say to Sally from Santa, or however you want to engrave it, or you can leave it blank. And then also on the reverse, or on the inside of the box, it has basically just a little thing about investing in silver and Silvertown, stuff like that. So here is what we have. You will get your very own Screaming Goat, 1 troy ounce silver from Silvertown Angel Holiday Round 2023, as well as this is Tiger's Eye, and it is the Avercurt Angel, as well as this is a little angel, or a little heart. I mean, Tiger's Eye.
How many
heart.
are you going to have again?
There are only six only, and they're 1 per person, please. And I'm going to put it in the chat really quickly, and a minimum donation of $50. And if anyone is interested, just put BIN, please. All right, $50 donation, go. It will be 1 troy ounce 3/9 fine silver from Silvertown that you can get engraved. It is the Screaming Goat and the Avercurt Angel, which is made out of Tiger's Eye. I'll open the Tiger's Eye.
And Ida put in chat.
And this is for shipping. Oh, go ahead, Gypsy.
Oh, I'm just saying Ida was putting what she was going to donate or whatever to.
Here's what the Tiger's Eye Angel looks like.
Or selling, auctioning.
How many of those?
And
Just
then
one,
here is
correct, Ken?
1 per person, but if we'll see how it goes. But if anybody has an interest, it's 1 per person right now.
Looks like some people might be still experiencing stuff from the auction. Are we gonna maybe hold these on till Monday, or are you gonna try
I totally understand. Yeah, no, we can keep it kind of open, and hi, freaking awesome. We can keep it open for a bit for sure.
Oh, Big E. 143. Then 1 for Ida.
Big
for
1
St.
to Ida for St. Jude's. All right, let me write it down. Thank you, Big E, for the kids. Here's another song for the kids. Who do you send the money to? The Coin Tribe. The Coin Tribe at Gunny, can you put in the where to send, please? All right. BIN 50.
Oh, where did it go?
Toys for Tots shipping. Big E 143.
One job,
Big
Gunny.
E 143 to Ida. For kids. All right, 5 left. If anyone is interested, we will
Jack
come
Allman.
back to these in a little bit. Jack Allman says BIN. Thank you, brother Jack. Whoops.
Nice, Jack.
Jack.
This is for shipping, remember, for Toys for Tots to help out.
4 left at $50 if anyone is interested. I'll show you one more time, and then we'll come back to it right at the end of the stream. But if anyone else is interested, this is a Silvertown 1 troy ounce 3/9 fine silver.
And Ida is reiterating that coin she sent you is for shipping for Toys for Tots also.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. That will help immensely because we're having people pay Toys for Tots directly. And so the tribe has to raise money for shipping is essentially why we're doing this. And
for James
people
Butler.
have been so generous to donate.
Butler Strong.
But now, James Butler, thank you, my friend. All right, so you'll get that as well as the Screaming Goat, a brand new Screaming Goat.
I just want one for the Screaming Goat.
As well as Tiger's Eye Angel, Tiger's Eye Heart. So
And anything
3
from
left if
Africa.
anyone wants. We will move into the auctions really quickly, and we'll just run through those really fast.
And all the angels are always from Africa, right?
Use your
They
big
are
girl voice.
for
Use your
Average,
little-
but they're from Ramno.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just kind of call them the
Fourth
Average
graders
Angel
don't count.
because, just because.
Yeah, I'm
All
not
right.
on mute. Sorry.
There are 3 left if
Nice,
anyone
Piggy.
is interested.
No, you're not muted, Gunny. All right, 3 left. Anyone else?
What's up, G? All right. We do have something that is super special.
Hey,
This is gonna be an
Can, when you come
auction.
here, you're more than welcome to take Violet back
Yeah.
home with you. I'm just saying.
Ben for Perry?
I want to take Violet, but she's so big. Perry wants one. Thank you, Perry's Custom Cards.
I'll
and 2
put
left.
her in the overhead compartment. She'll be all right.
Perry. Thank you, Biggie 143 to Ida for the kids at St. Jude, Jack Allman, James Butler, and Perry. Thank you. 2 left if anyone is interested. This one I'm going to put in the chat. This is from the Mint of Poland, and it's a Niue. This is incredible. Mint of Poland. All right, here we go. It's called Ladybird. And it is incredible. All right, I don't remember exactly, so I'm gonna check it out here. $1 proof. I'm not gonna be able to toggle back. Dang it. How heavy is it? 14. All right.
14.14 grams.
14.14 grams. 3 nines fine silver. Is it 3 nines fine? Yeah, AGG 3 nines fine silver. And it's 3,000.
Family on that payment, right?
Preferably just because it's a donation. And Perry, we know where you live and we know how. And Jack, we know that we trust each other. All right, here we go in clamshell.
Yeah, we know where you. It's like this. Yeah, we know where you live. We'll send Gypsy.
2014.
I got a badge now.
And this has with embellishments. I'm just going to put embellishments, but it's incredible. 24K embellishments. All right, here we go. Starting bid on this one, let's say $30, which I think is an incredible starting bid. $30 starting bid. If anyone is interested, it says good luck. It's called the Lady Bird, which is also the ladybug. That ladybug is 24 karat gold. Richard C comes in at 40. Thank you, Richard C. And here is the other side. Elizabeth II, her effigy, Niue Island, 2014, $1. Hey, Flag City, good to see you. This one is definitely really pretty, really special. And hey, Steve Lapointe, thank you. I got my coin today, Steve, and I want to show after this and before before we cut off. I got something from Steve Lapointe from the Wounded Warrior Project, and Gunny, you got something from Azure Blue that I just got in the mail today. So.
Oh, okay.
They're gifts that were given to us during the Wounded Warrior Project. All right, no timer. He's like, Gunny, timer.
This
all right, we got $40 to Richard C. Looking for 41. This is 14.14
oh my God. now you see, Dan, this is the madness that goes on in here because John Jacobs was one of the moderators on the the Wounded Warrior auction, and he had to keep telling me, Gunny, timer, because we were really not in sync for a little while. And of course, John still has to rub it in my face. Thank you, John.
John's got like a
would.
great sense of humor. I love JJ.
Oh, yeah.
41 says OC Stacker.
Dan's going to
Thank
fit in
you,
quite
OC.
well because after our conversation on the phone, solid. We're good.
Hey, remember, this
Fluffy.
is for charity, for shipping, for Toys for Tots.
Yeah, it's for shipping for charity. We've got OC at 41. Thank you, OC Stacker. Thank you, Richard C. Looking for 42. Yeah, Gunny, Ida said she loves the timer, and I said absolutely we'll help her with that so that she can have it with her team for and that you fine-tuned it. So I told that we would share that with her for the kids.
Trial and error.
A lot of error.
He figures it out.
A lot of error.
43 says Richard C. Hi, Steve LaPointe. It's awesome to see you, buddy. Thanks again. I was just looking at that that coin that you sent me earlier before we came on.
And really quick, hey Dan, I don't know if you caught it, but I sent you a text, behind the scenes.
Yeah, I left my phone. I'll be back for it.
Okay.
Dang,
it has another insert in en français, I believe.
Any le mieux c'est son.
Mon crayon.
I don't know. It might be. It might not be French. It might be Polish for all I know. But OC at 44. Richard C back at 45. This is definitely like a specialized piece. I know it's not heavy in terms of silver weight and everything or gold weight, but it's definitely one of those kind of statement pieces that you don't see all the time. 3,333 total minted, and 2014 is when this was made. 24 karat gold insert right there, and then the rest is
like 14 grams, right? 14.14.
Yeah, 14.14 grams. Silver filigree element plated with 24 karat gold. Silver filigree must be what the
about a half
bugs are made out of. It kind of looks like that kind of looks like enamel. It looks like enamel or something to me, but who knows? Very low mintage too. Yeah, exactly, Yo fan. Less than 3,500.
Like this.
All right, we'll say going once at 45.
Oh, there she is. I knew it.
There she is. I love
that. I knew it.
We're going once. Yeah. What's up? Yaya's in the house. Shippy's in the house.
This is to pay for shipping for Toys for Tots, everyone.
All right, we're going once. JJ, let's call her down. See where we stand. We also have a surprise from Ida Herring. We're going to auction that one off right after this, and then we'll get back to our guest and just have some chill time for the rest of the night. But there also are 2 buy it now care packages, holiday packages that are available at a $50 donation for shipping, free shipping to you, but it is to raise money for shipping for Toys for Tots auction.
Wow.
Going twice, Richard C, 45. This is a good deal.
I don't know if she heard her name or what, or it was just a vast coincidence. Jeez.
I know the Stimpy effect. All right, JJ's counting it down. It'll be last chance to dance once he calls the last number, and I will. Here we go. Last chance to dance, everyone. We're looking for 46. If not, I won. Soon. S to the O to the L D. JJ's in there. 45 to Richard C. Thank you, Traveling Man. Thank you, everyone, for checking those out, or this one out. Let me come back to here. Good deal, Richard C. That was definitely appreciated, and it will help with our shipping. All right, hold on. Give it up. Okay. Ms. Ida Herring has, yes, Rich. Well, actually, Gunny, can you just, because it won't be with, or Gunny, can you invoice Richard C through, because I'm not signed in with our YouTube or with our PayPal.
Okay.
Any chance you can?
1 second.
I think it was 30. Was it 35?
Wow.
Okay, one last. Was it 45? I don't know. Whatever. Please, whatever it was. 45.
Yeah, 45.
Yes, Richard C at 45. Okay. Where is my damn? Here it is. Okay. This has come from Ida Herring, and this one is a little higher priced, I think. We have a I don't even know what that last one was worth, and Ray, please forgive me if I started it too low, but we'll talk about it later if I started it too low. But it's all for shipping. Here we go. This is from Ida Herring. This is 2 ounces. So this is 2 ounces, but it's also from the Germanium mint. Hold on, let me go.
I love the Germanium mint.
I'm not going to put this in the chat because it's just kind of, let's just roll through it. The Germanium mint, if you know anything about the Germanium mint, they put together some amazing pieces. This is 2 ounces, ultra high relief, authorized by Germanium mint, has a limited mintage worldwide. All right, here we go. 10 marks, 2023, 4 nines fine silver, 2 ounces, BU quality, antique finish, coloring, and numbering.
Wow.
This is limited edition to 999 pieces. This is number 578 out of 999.
Ida just put something in chat.
It sells for $300 to $400, she believes. I don't even know if we should sell this right now, honestly, but
yeah, I'm wondering if it'd be better on Monday. I don't know.
I don't know. Ida, like, should we tease people with it tonight and then come back to it Monday night? I don't know. This thing is incredible. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if this is like a spur of the moment thing that we should just like spur of the moment try to do right now without very many eyes in the room. I mean, there's 28 people in here, and I appreciate everyone being in here. I know not everyone is in here to, yeah, I'll show it to y'all, but I do think we need to kind of like marinate on it for a little bit. Here's the case that it comes in.
Oh, geez.
This thing is sweet. This thing is incredible. It comes in a wooden with the wood, burn
with the wood
snakes. And I mean, this thing is insane.
Man. Yeah,
and I think it might deserve a little bit of. I mean, look at this thing.
Look, I got the 1 ouncer of that bad boy.
Oh,
I
man.
wanted that one. That thing went so fast it wasn't even funny.
Jeez.
That thing's
so. I think Ida, if you're all right with it, let's show it off tonight. And it comes with wood, exactly. Let's show it off tonight and let's auction it on Monday. All right, because I'm not going to do my normal auction on Monday. I don't think. I'm swamped with so much other stuff. I think we should just. I'll do maybe a video on this too, like a little teaser video. But I think it deserves. And if you're gonna give this up to, I'm not going to start this at like $50 or something. Like, and I think having like enough people that would really be interested in it, knowing about it, that we're going to do it on Monday. I think it gives it the best chance, to to do the best, or buy it now or something. But hi, Block is.
OC Snackers wants to bid, but the bidding's going to start really high on that one. But yeah, I think we need to stew on that one.
I think we'll show it off, tonight. We'll show it off again one more time tonight. But honestly, Ida, we need to like recognize what exactly, whatever you need is just fine. Thank you. We need to like honor what exactly you bestowed upon us. And one, it's less than 1,000 minted, 2 troy ounces, ultra high relief, number 578 out of 999. I think
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people.
Will probably when we auction it. Will you guys be offering more big lots on the 26th? Those are fun.
Oh yeah.
I remember you said that. We are gonna combine a few kind of bigger lots because we have a bunch of stuff that was donated to us, and we will definitely put together a few bigger lots for the people that like them, like yourself, OC. So yes, and we appreciate the feedback that people gave us, and you were one of them, OC, that you like the bigger lots, and we will definitely do that. Hey, Doug Wagoner.
I'm not sure what you guys had planned, but you did put that you're going to do an auction preview. So, I mean, we could do this for another night. Are you still going to show stuff for the 26th?
Yeah, probably at some point. I'm still kind of like dealing with a lot of stuff from the Wounded Warrior, but we have a proxy bid at 200. Ramno is going to proxy it at 200. There is already a bid of 200. So Ida, thank you. And you do know how much shipping costs. I know she does it with her St. Jude's. So Ida, the good news is we're not going to sell. Or the bad news, maybe, I don't think it's bad news.
I don't think so.
We're not going to sell it tonight, but we do have a proxy bid from Ramno at starting bid of 200. So he's going to start it out at 200. Thank you, Ray, and thank you, Ida.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. Fire. That thing's gonna go for for some good money.
The dog's excited about it too. She's like, "Yes, Ida." I
don't know if it's Ida or the coin or both, but that's an amazing coin.
Right. Hey.
Well, with that said,
hold on.
I want to make sure Dan is still with us.
She's excited.
He's oh, there he is.
Hi, Dan.
There he is.
Thank you for being patient.
We had to do a little bit of house cleaning for our auction next week, which I think is just going to be huge. This is our 3rd year in a row doing this. Close to my heart and Gypsies, being Marines that we are. And we feel with the donations that have been forwarded to us from the other channels, that the auction that went on last weekend, it's just going to be amazing. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be another 12-hour day probably, but hey, I'm in it to win it.
Oh yeah.
I think you're on mute, Dan.
Yeah, you're on mute still.
Oh, we lost him. Why is he on mute?
I don't know. It says on mute no matter what.
Well, you're not an admin, Gypsy.
I'm not. You won't make me one. You'll make Mr. V one, but
Well, no, you're not cute enough.
Oh, well, I disagree with that a lot.
I was
very cute.
I'm just trying to make sure we're killing time till Dan gets his microphone.
Hey, Patty.
He walked away and somebody touched the widget and it just died on us.
Patty.
The widget or the whatchamacallit.
Oh my God.
You can bump out Dan and come back in.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's gonna come back in because he's having communication issues here.
Okay.
What?
Polar currency will be right back.
Yeah, but he's gonna give some insight to people who are interested in starting their path down the currency collecting. He and I were texting about it, and I was like, "Hey, that's gonna be good information because I could use that too instead of just blowing through a paycheck on one bill." We hear you, Dan?
Am I back?
There we go.
Yes. I think it was the browser shutting it down.
Microsoft. What can you do?
Welcome back. Hi, Patty.
But you and I were texting in the background. You were going to give some of the people in the chat some good insights on how to get started in the currency collecting before you get down that ever revolving spiral that will kill your paycheck. How would you recommend everybody starting out in this?
So if you're going to start with large size, if you're just going to dabble, not everybody wants to, and there it is. Don't even have to show it. But if you want to go one step further than that without totally breaking the bank, do the same note with a red seal. And what the red seal does, the blue seal is great. Silver, this is actually a legal tender note, United States note, so it's different but the same. It just gives you a little bit more value. If that's important to you, that you were hoping to recoup some of that, Gunny, you're stealing my thunder. But that is, no, keep doing it. You're fine. I love seeing other people's notes. That is one of them. This is one of them that is affordable. And it's just the $5 1914 Federal Reserve note. Now, 2 seal colors. The red seal is very spendy, but the blue seal is pretty affordable, especially with some Federal Reserve banknotes. Now, again, if I can, you probably can't see it there. You can see the Minneapolis I-9. See, that's my issue. So, but that's an affordable note. Another great affordable, and you can see the condition of this for me isn't fantastic because I just need an example. I don't need to have, gem circulated, whatever, 60, whatever. But this is the 1917 Federal Reserve United States note. It's very affordable. Now, the notes that I just showed, you can get for less than $100. With the exception of the red seal, $1 1923. That's going to run you $200 to $300. This is the other iconic note. Love this note. Gunny, you just had that one, and you had it. Great. This is classic. My video tomorrow talks about this note, and it is just screams U.S. large size currency. And then there's the wood chopper, which again is affordable.
Yep.
And the backs, well, you can see how I catalog my stuff. I'm a little anal retentive. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But yes, this is what I do for my large size notes. I put the serial number and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But the backs are what are really incredible on these notes. And, you just want a few for your collection. Get 2 or 3 of these. They're really conversation starters for folks. And the one spendier one that's going to run probably $200 to $300. And I think it's worth it if you're only going to buy one large size banknote. One. And that's cool. Have it on your shelf. $10 gold certificate. You should be able to find this between $200 to $300. And it's Series 1922. It's a great to see that gold certificate, but it's not just the front. It's the back that is really cool about these. Nice. Those gold orange backs are just showstoppers. You hand this to someone and they flip it over and you've got a conversation going. There is the $20 one that is more popular. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Gunny, for small notes, that is the other one. If you want to get a small one, that's going to run you probably $100 or so. You should be able to find it. But that is probably one of my top 10 smaller size older notes. That's Series 1929 $10 gold certificate. And what they did in 29 is that they stopped putting the gold on back.
Wow.
So here's your gold certificate. And they just went with green. And
what year was that they stopped?
Did they what?
What year did they stop? You said
they pulled them all from circulation. They became illegal in 1933 when FDR pulled us off the gold standard and reclaimed gold from everybody, making it illegal to hold gold.
Yeah,
unless you were a dentist or a coin collector could keep some. And my top 2 small notes that I would recommend that are just, again, really cool to keep out is the $1 1924. And that's because of that big blue seal and the big blue numeral and the back.
Yeah.
Funny money. The funny back. Yep.
Yeah.
The funny back.
Nice
started in 1928. This was the last issue, only 2 issues with the funny back. But again, you just keep this on your shelf, show it. It's a fun note to have a conversation about. I like this one a lot because, again, it is the small size version of the 1928. So we'll start with this. Is a funny back again, but it's the red seal.
Red seal.
Right.
And why I'm going to say, watch my video on legal tender notes. This has got a great story behind it. Most of them went to Puerto Rico, and they printed them, and then like 20 years later, released them into circulation in Puerto Rico.
I do remember that video. But I'll add one for you, Dan, on your large size currencies if you want to get started.
Yeah.
I think I paid between 80 or 90 for this one. It's the Black Eagle.
Yes, the Black Eagle. Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. Is this not the only note of our currency that has 2 U.S. presidents on it?
You are correct, sir.
So, I mean, these ones, they do have these things that are in stellar shape that you could pay thousands for. But I got this one at a local coin shop, a local coin show. I want to say, like I said, 80, 90. I don't remember. It was under $100.
No, I mean, you should be able to find that note where it looks good, has good color. And that's the series 1899 silver certificate, $1 silver certificate.
Yes.
Oh, there's that 1928. Yes, it is, because it's got the redeemable in gold clause.
Oh.
Which, here's the funny thing. Everybody's like, well, that's a gold certificate because it says redeemable in gold. All money was redeemable in gold, folks.
Huh.
I mean, they circulated gold $5, $2.50, $10, $20 coins. So if you wanted a gold coin instead of a $20 bill, they'd give you a $20 coin.
Oh, whoa.
And so people think that that's special. That is special because it says that on that can, because it was the only year that they had that text. And why they did that is to promote confidence in the Federal Reserve banking system. And another misnomer is everybody thought when they first started the Federal Reserve notes in 1914 that they weren't backed by anything. That is not true. They were backed by
senses of security. Way back then, false senses of security.
Oh, I know. This is nothing new. Nothing new. History repeats itself. And Ken, you were creeping me out a little bit.
He does that to all of us.
I'm a little intense.
Well, hey, Dan, really quick. One of our tribe members sent a picture of something they have. And I want to see what do you think of this?
Oh, who has got okay, so
I
gotta do a shout out for my friend Dustin Whitty. He's got the best channel on fancy serial numbers, and this is one of the kings of fancy serials. The number one note. These are tough. I mean, who's ever got that, you've got a valuable and very cool note. And I'm not a fancy serial guy number, but that is really cool.
Being the currency guy that you are, that serial number 1, you saw the condition. What would you pay for that? Don't say $20. That's too easy.
No, it's minimum $500. And
okay, I got you.
Oh, nice.
Could be more because it's a 20. It's not just a 1.
Right.
It's a 20.
That's pretty
my
cool.
advice: tuck that thing away. Now, keep in mind, fancies are going hot right now, so I should say maybe don't tuck it away. Maybe get it out there if you want to sell it. Fancy market is hot. And keep in mind, fancies, the problem with fancy serial numbers, especially modern notes, there'll always be more of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's where I look at, and Dustin Whitty, he's so smart, unbelievably smart. But he collects like silver certificates, fancy serial numbers. They're not going to make any more of those. So once you get to 1963 in the Federal Reserves, I do want to promote, by the way, so these last 2 notes are my favorite series. I do have the third one somewhere, but is the Federal Reserve banknote.
I love that.
This is highly confused. This is because it says national currency at top. It's highly, highly confused with national banknotes. It is not a national banknote. I did a video on this, and what's ironic is that people think they're national banknotes, but these were issued to replace national banknotes, and it didn't work. Watch the video to find out. But the back, how do you not love that eagle? Flying, carrying the flag. Come on. That's just one of the greatest vignettes. Then
Hey, real quick, for currency, do you guys like grade yours for more of preservation or anything, or like Ramno's asking, or
do I grade? Yes. I mean, if someone wants to, sunlight's the biggest killer by far. So the stuff that you see behind me, I actually rotate in and out fairly often. It won't probably stay out more than a month. And then it goes, I actually have a cigar humidor that I keep most of my currency in.
Well, that's just
and
brilliant.
that humidor goes into a safe. So, you know, because you want to make sure, obviously I'm not humidifying anything. That'd be bad. I've removed it, but the redwood that's used in there, it's great for keeping currency.
That's awesome.
And it looks nice when I have
Good
it
night,
on.
Ida. Thank you, Ida, so much for your.
Is Ida like?
I did ask you this. I did ask you this in a text, but I want to let the tribe know. Everybody knows I'm after that $500 bill. But let's see, Dan, do you own one of the U.S. $500 bills?
I do not. And the biggest mistake in my collecting career, back when I started collecting, late '90s, early 2000s, I could have gotten a $500 bill for $600. I could have gotten 1,000. I could have gotten 1,000 for 1,300. Now they are going. You can't touch. You can't smell a $1,000 bill for less than $3,000.
Right.
And you can't smell a 500 for less than probably 15, 17 to 200.
Like I told you at the fun show, the cheapest I could get somebody down to, and it was in good shape, was $1,250. So nobody was going under that $1,200 mark for sure.
Sorry, Gunny, but prayer, Steve LaPointe.
Steve, yeah, definitely, Gypsy. Steve LaPointe, we love you, homie. We'll be sending you good vibes for tomorrow, as we have been.
Update us as soon as you can, brother, please.
We love you, Steve. Holler, and let me know how it went, please.
Ooh, drugs. All right.
Yep, got a lot of support, Steve.
Wow.
Well, so what? So let me. May I ask you a question? What got you so?
No, it's not allowed. Can't. Not allowed.
You know, Gunny, I'm asking him the question. Why
wait,
paper?
One second, Can. I'm going to show my favorite note, then I'll be done with my notes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. This looked like the one before. This is the $2 counterpart to the Federal Reserve Bank note. Yep. Why I love it so much.
Is that the steamship? It is.
The battleship note.
Nice.
It's just, I mean, because of the history, why did they put this on? 1918, we're in World War I. The country wants to flex off its muscles. Let's show our battleships.
The artwork is just, I love that.
It's unbelievable. And the obsoletes even get better. Honest to goodness. All right, Can. Thank you for your question.
No. I didn't mean it. I forgot you had one more, and I would have.
No, I'm done.
Absolutely. First of all, absolutely beautiful notes. Just super fun, like listening to you. And whenever somebody's explaining something that they're interested in, it's just, you know, there's an excitement there, and you have a really kind of easy way about you, and kind of a smart ass way about you, which I kind of like. And I'm glad that you came up and the Gunny invited you. You definitely have hit the ground running.
He fits in.
So
what you guys do is unbelievable.
Why paper? And a lot of people are so into precious metals and stackers or numismatists in terms of just precious metal, and not, because now it's kind of and it maybe a two-parter, and then also like, because in a way, in my mind, it kind of, some people may put it together as just fiat. Like if you collect currency and not think of the historical moments or part of it, but it's just fiat, it's paper money, it's so replaceable, it's so incredibly disposable.
Absolutely. And none of that is untrue. So to sit there and argue about that, but let's just talk
Just
about
a thought, not an argument.
No argument whatsoever, because I
Yeah.
appreciate the beauty of coins. What I look at is really the story behind those. So let me sidebar. It's one of my favorite things to do. If I was to complete a collection, and I'm thinking about actually doing this, it would be the 50-cent Benjamin Franklin, because it is achievable, it's possible, and you can do it, and they're beautiful coins. They're really cool, and they tell a good story. Benjamin Franklin is one of my favorite historical figures. If I'm just collecting coins, that's where I stop pretty much with him. Yeah, there was some. I love grip. I've got the commemorative sets, both of them with Benjamin Franklin. But for the coin itself, you're pretty much done telling the story. Well, I've got many hundreds. I've got a 50. I've got obsolete banknotes with Benjamin Franklin on. I got more to tell the story about. And then the artwork. And there's, people don't realize how hard it is to really do a 2D. I'm talking coins. How unbelievably amount of skill and artistry it takes to sculpt a coin, because all these restrictions and things like that. So for you to get a 3D look of a bust or anything really in less than a half a millimeter, it's you think about it that way, it's unbelievable. For me,
the margin of error and
and they're making billions of coins, and I'm not knocking that. They've got to make that design last over and over and over and over and over. For me, currency though, there's just so much detail, so much more can be on that note. It's funny because I love color on currency. I hate it. Nothing worse to me than seeing a colorized coin. Sorry, Canada. I really appreciate your toonies and everything you do, because I think they're really cool coins. But no.
Yeah. And actually, the non-colorized are less popular, or are less mintage, the lower mintage. So the non-painted are 1 million, and the painted are 2 million.
And if you were into that, exactly. I learned that from Emmanuel's workshop. Great channel.
So the non-painted are more valuable.
Yeah. So anyways, but you talk about the fiat, and I get the whole bullion. I want to own physically, get it, understand it. I got two questions. One is, your coin dealer is the one that's telling you to buy silver or gold, but they'll be more than happy to take your fiat currency. I don't get it. It just seems backwards to me.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't care either, because I believe silver, gold goes up and down. I physically am reaching out to them. I physically have it. No matter what goes on with the economy, with our dollar, I have a value. That's been a value for 10,000 years.
You can hold it. It's not on paper. Exactly. Never invest in silver or gold or precious metal on paper. Never. And I know a lot of people, most people are like, yeah, I know. But if anybody's just watching this ever, like, never invest in something you can't hold it. You can't hold in your hand.
So with currency, and here's the thing with our history, fiat currency is from the start. The only thing that the northern North America didn't have, at least on east of the Mississippi, was a lot of gold and a lot of silver. So we had to live with fiat currency. We had no choice, because how are you going to do commerce? You have to do that. And the U.S. couldn't make enough coins to go with the growing population, with the Industrial Revolution, all the way through the Civil War. There wasn't enough gold and silver. There just wasn't. We used for a lot of years Spain's, Mexico's coins. The real was our coin. That's why we get 2 bits, right? Room to rent, 2 bits, 2 bits of a real. And so we needed to have paper money to make our economy. We would have never gone over the Appalachian Mountains without paper money that was worth nothing. So, and I understand that it's worth what we say it is. And that's pretty powerful, because it's still good to this day, and I think it reflects on our country as a whole, that people have a bigger belief in our country than they do in gold or silver backed currency. Think about that. Our dollar, yeah, okay, there's things happening here and there, ups and downs, but that's nothing new. But the grand faith of our dollar is not so much the faith of is it backed by gold and silver, it's the faith in the US of A. And I'm not a big, huge, I guess I am a huge flag waver, but it's like, think about that before you knock the dollar and the fiat dollar, and think about it's our country that they're standing behind and believing in more so than our dollar. And in today, more than ever, with our politics and how divisive we are, and far left, far right, controlling narratives, who cares? We're still one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful currency out there. That's pretty impressive.
Well,
So
here's something else for you, Dan. Let's see if you can give us your insight on this. A tribe member owns this one and sent it to me. What do you think of that bad boy?
Okay, tribe member. That is, again, awesome. Star note. One, it's a large size Federal Reserve note from Boston. 6-digit number. It's a little bit unusual.
From Boston, Knicks?
Huh? It's from the Boston Federal Reserve Bank, 1A. So,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And it's the star note. These are extremely rare, and they are very valuable. Even with condition, which I would say this is probably a 10, By the way, my condition on my large size notes, for the most part, I don't think I have a large size 20. Maybe I've got one.
Gotcha.
So, and what I look for is notes like this is a great condition note. I'm going after it because I'm like, it's got good color. It's good. Yeah, it's got some folds. It's got some this, but man, that's a replacement note. Those are highly sought after. Yeah, you want to keep that in your pocket.
But when you got ones in that condition, kind of like my brother, I often tell him, hey, do you want me to send you one of these uncirculated? He goes, no, I don't want that. He wants the ones that are circulated, even like that currency, because he said if you can touch that bill with that, it has a story behind it, not just sitting in somebody's, bookshelf for 150 years. He wants a coin with a story behind it.
By the way, I got to look up what the value may be of that note. I've got to. So.
Oh, he's like, did you see him? As soon as I put that picture up, you saw him get in that chair and say, "Oh, it's time to get to work here." He was ready.
I mean, that's
challenge accepted.
So that's Boston. I don't know what the signature is.
Oh, here we go.
Was it a white melon?
Which signature? Was there only one?
The lower two. Is there any chance you can?
One of them looked like it says John. I can't.
McAdoo.
I can't.
Burt
McAdoo. Here we go for you. There it is, Dan.
Okay, John Burke. What's the other side? It's probably McAdoo.
Oh, where'd it go?
I still can't believe that child's related to you, Gunny. Unbelievable.
That is my girl, buddy.
Right?
Oh, it's Glass. Carter Glass. Carter Glass, by the way, that guy was on the Arkansas $50 centennial coin or something like that. one of the only living people to be on a U.S. coin.
You're also going to be Gypsy's best friend, picking on me like that, saying, "How did that girl?" You heard Gypsy, the first one, said, "Yeah, that's right."
Wait a minute.
Of course, like Gypsy does, he just sits back and goes, "Yeah,
yeah." Okay, so with that, I don't know, this kid's got it. Burke Glass. I'm seeing this right now. Now, we just saw those signatures, right?
Yes, sir.
We just saw that note. A Boston, which is 1A. Oh, that's the series. No, Series B. Blue Seal. Unless this book is lying to me.
Yeah.
I'm looking, and if anybody has this book, I'm on page 150. And that was Burke Glass signature, correct?
Yes, sir.
and it was a star note, meaning it's FR number, Friedberg number 905. There is only 5 known listed in the book.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I mean, unless I'm that, everybody saw that, right? It was John Burke and it was glass.
Hey, Dan, I think I have his address. I'll meet you there. We'll take him out.
I mean, whoever, if they're still on, I mean,
well,
so,
I don't know if he wants to make it known. So that's
no, I understand. I just, that's cool. I wouldn't.
No.
But a 20 in 2015, a very fine 20 went for $3,500. That's what they've got.
Jeez.
I would say that note since that time, that's a $5,000 to $10,000 note.
Jesus.
What we just saw right there. And again,
wow. Okay, I'm blown away. I don't know about you.
That was a $10 note.
Well, here's another one a tribe member has.
All right, so misalignment error. Oh yeah, nice error on that. I'm not a big expert on errors, but if you're going to have an error, this is what I believe. Make it a whopper. Otherwise, it's not really worth it.
Yeah,
and this is a whopper. That is a whopper. That's a great note. Great error note. So, wow, that was really cool seeing that note. I'm just telling you that you guys could. I don't.
Oh, I saw you get up in your chair and you were ready to go to work when you saw that one.
I mean, it was cool even with just a star note, a $10 Federal Reserve Bank, Federal Reserve note, just to see a star note.
But only 5 of those in existence.
They said only 9 known, or 5 known. You know, you're right, 5 known.
God.
And we just saw one of them.
He knows where 3 of the 5 are. Well, that might be your hint on who has it. Okay, here we go.
Thank you,
Dan.
For sharing.
I have a 1995 web note with a struck digit error. However, could a web note have an error with like 5 or 6 detecting errors in production?
Okay, I'm not a currency expert by any means, but my general knowledge knows there was a reason that they did not continue with the web notes because of those detection systems not working as well as the feed. And for those of you who don't know, our currency is made with sheets, single at a time. They tried for a while in the late 80s and early 90s with a web feed, like a newspaper print. Big roll comes out, and it just the printing wasn't as good. It wasn't as clear. It was fuzzy, and they were having a lot of errors on that. So you wonder sometimes new technology isn't there.
I got you.
But
that right there summed it up. And like, what is a web note? Well, now I know.
There you go. And there's 2 different ways. They're pretty easy to identify. Just Google it, and it's not rocket science how to identify it.
Oh, there's some
Sacktown Amy back again.
You know who Lynn Knight is?
No.
Well, he says 2 of those notes are owned by Lynn Knight. So
wow. Yeah. Again, I'm from Minnesota, so we talked to like 4 other people.
Right.
2 in the winter.
Now, on your list of things to get is like the 500, the 1,000, the 5,000. I mean, I won't go any higher. Are any of those on your list of like, I gotta have it? Like the 500 to me is like, I gotta have it. But
it depends on. Okay, so you know how everybody's collection changes, right?
Sure.
As far as what you collect, well, honestly, my collection has veered towards and I'm not doing a really bad self-promotion, but my collection has changed to where I'm looking for more interesting stories for my YouTube channel.
I get it. And once you guys watch his channel, you'll get what he means, because the stories that he's given, I mean, for example, the one that got my attention, the first video of his I watched, it said mutton chops on it. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Then you watch it and you're just like, at the end, you're kind of going, huh, I'm gonna have to watch that again. And they're so educational, and your delivery on them just has you going, well, I did not know that. So, and it's cool. They're awesome.
Shimpy, love that name.
Oh.
So I mean, part of my gig is that, again, I'm a collector. I love telling the stories about notes. I know a lot, but I'm not an expert. Knowing a lot does not make you an expert. You know, but it's like, for me, it's just, I love the story behind the notes. And like right now, going beyond. So if I was just collecting for my collection, I'd be looking at treasury notes.
No,
Mark?
I don't think so.
What I miss?
Cat attack. Continue on, Dan, please. Yeah, continue on, Dan. The cat jumped up and he's like, nope.
George, I don't know if I can recover from that. But I have the 1890, 1891 treasury notes. One of my big wants is a silver certificate, the Tombstone, 1908.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to get a poker chip, but I think it's out of my $10 legal tender note from 1923. And I'd love to pick up a $50 gold certificate from 1922. And all of those notes, I've kind of reached okay, I'm not going to really pay more than $1,000 for a note. I just don't have that income. My day job is I'm the creative director for a local area historical society. So I left the private sector 3 years ago and basically retired, because that's the money you make when you go to
right.
a nonprofit. And I've never had more fun in my life.
Exactly.
Wish I would have done it.
It's not even a job now.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
But so I don't know if I made twice the amount of money if I would say I want those. I'd rather have, when you look at my currency, and I've taken a couple docs, and I don't care because it's my currency, it's my collection, on, wow, that was a kind of a beat up note you showed. And I'm like, well, yeah, why don't you buy it for me, and then I'll show it on my eBay.
I tell them I will collect anything you pay for.
Right. And so, you know what? I just look, does it have good color? Does it have good, if it's got folds? And sometimes, and the one compromise, you'll see it tomorrow. Yep. You'll like, wow, is that horrific what is on that bill that I will show?
And you had to break up that battleship note, because me and Ramno have talked about that one probably the last 2 years. Like, all right, we're going to look for it. And then Ramno brings a bunch of silver and cleans me out before I even go to the fun show, because like, I got to buy that from Ray. I got to buy that from Ray, and just that guy can find some of the most exotic stuff. And I'm like, just hooked on it. But this year I'm going to stick to it. I'm not going to go there and buying silver proof sets. I got all that stuff.
I know you're staying to your currency thing. All right.
I might be attending.
Well, you might be going to the fun show.
So here's the issue.
Yeah, go.
I am cash strapped right now because daughter number 1 is getting married, and I have 3 daughters.
That's for another video you have to watch.
So I'm about to get grayer, bolder, fatter, and more bitter.
And broker.
I'm a 300-pound 6'4" man. So there's that. I'm going to answer my question here, though. Perry Custom Cards. I am from White Bear Lake, Minnesota. It is a suburb of St. Paul, the northeast part of St. Paul, and it's a great suburb. But it was a city. It was a town before it was a suburb. It's actually got kind of the nickname, and that's the historical society that I work for.
Cool.
What's great about it, it's got the one of our mottos is it's Minnesota's first resort community.
We got very good friend. I think, is Perry in Minnesota as well? Ken?
Yeah, Perry lives in Moose Lake, maybe.
Okay.
Moose Lake.
And then we got the Durbins. The Durbins are in Minnesota. We're pretty good friends with Joe and Diane Durbin. They run an auction channel 3 times a week.
Yeah, not far from. He's not far, and Perry's not far from the Durbins because, yeah, exactly, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The great people, and Perry lives kind of close to them because they've gotten together and hung out together. And I would love to meet Perry. Perry plays the saxophone. Perry also collects a lot of currency, Dan, and Perry's been a great friend of ours from the very beginning here at the tribe. Good guy.
If Moose Lake is the correct guess, it's just straight north, an hour and a half from me.
Hour and a half away. Yeah, he says he's an hour away.
Yeah, it's great. Yep, it'd
be great if you guys could hook up and do a little a video if you do get together. It'd be great for you to join us or come up on the tribe if it's on a Thursday night. The two of you,
Perry,
just putting it out there.
Perry, I promise I won't drive more than 25 miles an hour in Moose Lake. If he's from Moose Lake, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I can only imagine.
Well, they have a speed limit of 25 miles an hour.
Ramno used to live in Burnville. Are you familiar with Burn?
Yeah, Ramno.
Or Burnsville. Burnsville.
Yeah. Large suburb south. Ramo, if you ever been to the Burnsville Shopping Center, you would not believe it now. It's a ghost town. They just shut off the air conditioning this summer. It's unbelievable. There's a YouTube channel that goes around to empty shopping malls that are open. So,
well, before we get too far, because we got people leaving, we're getting late. But Dan, I was talking to you on the phone, and I asked you, say, hey, I'm going to give you a gift. And you kind of caught on. You're like, why are you asking me about Icelandic money? Well, I was asking him. I was trying to be coy about it there, Can, saying, hey, I'm going to send you. He goes, well, I just happen to have. I was like, all right. So I was like,
value to $1.
But I got, and I'm going to send this to you, Dan, for coming up being a guest. And my way of saying thank you. Instead of the 500, I'll send you the 1,000.
That is awesome. Look how beautiful that is, folks.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, this came directly from Iceland. It was not bought in a store. Our niece and nephew went over. Our niece and her husband, went over there, and he brought it back for me. He brought me back a bunch of the tiny coins that they have there.
Yeah.
And he got me a bunch of the bills. I even got the 2 more. I'm keeping these ones. I just like the colors on them. He gave me they got me the 5 and the 10.
Look at that. They're just, I shake my head, not because our currency is horrible, because it's just stuck.
Yeah. It's just, I look at all the other money and I go, okay, don't get me wrong. I love our $50 bill because our American flag is on it. But other than that, but this is coming to you, Dan, just the tribe's way of saying thank you very much for coming up here. And I hope we stay in touch and keep helping each other's channels grow, because I know yours is. You're getting there. It's just like one of those. As soon as you hit it, everybody and their brother's going to be watching Polar Currency. My opinion.
Well, Gunny, I appreciate that and the opportunity. I've been on here just watching in private, and what you guys do is super unusual and for the good. It is awesome. Thank you. I can't say enough to say thank you for having me on. Thanks for one view. Absolutely. If it's not 100, and my channel will do what it does when it does it, and that's all I can't control. And
that's the way we thought about ours. Honestly, that's the way I felt about mine from the beginning. And Gunny, with the Coin Tribe, people will come if they hear about it. Word of mouth is the best advertisement, and we're not self promoters. We don't say like, share, subscribe. We don't chase numbers. We just chase experiences. We chase good times with good people and understanding each other. And I would rather have like a handful of great people in my life than a room full of people that I'm semi okay with.
Yep.
And I think we've kind of made this into like a thing.
Gypsy Wolves, thank you it was great meeting you. Well, it was okay.
Hear what people are saying. Yeah, let's and give a little back.
Well, I will tell you this, Dan, about our channel. Like I told you on the phone, between Can, myself, and all the other tribe members, we know who these people are. It's like, I don't want people to just come in here and like us. I want you to come in here, get to know us, talk to us, and you'll see that this is a tribe. And when you're a member of it, you're a member of it for as long as you want to be, and we just want to have fun, and we want to just help out as much as we can to whoever we can.
I mean, I think we don't want to go the way of the philatelist, which is what they call stamp collectors, which is probably why nobody collects it, because it sounds like you're a child molester if you're a philatelist. I'm just saying, it's the worst name ever.
I got it.
Numismatics is not that much better. But thank you, Shimpy. Nice to have you here.
Hi, Rhonda. Oh, and also GMAP said a little, yeah. Please take it all in.
I will. I'll be back.
And we'd love to have you anytime. You're welcome. You let me know in case you got some breaking news you want to tell us. Tell me, and I'll send you a link, and I'll come on up.
Well, anyways, we can't let what happened to stamps happen to coins and currency, and it could. Everybody's like, no, it won't happen. It could. It has. And so having one person say, wow, I saw that $10 that Polar Currency talked about, and they've got it on their shelf. That's important.
Yep.
Or I'm going to collect pennies, or I'm going to hunt through nickel rolls. Those are important. I'm going to stack bullion. Great. Whatever. To me, it's all numismatics. It doesn't matter if it's bullion or anything like that. I think it's good. And I think it's great. And we need to promote it because it's some really cool things. And who knows what happens with electronic payment in the future.
Well,
you might be.
They keep making it, because I like going around. I learned this from a guy on probably another YouTube channel a long time ago. He goes to the bank once a month, gets a stack of $2 bills, and goes around and spends those, trying to get them in the circle. But everybody thinks they're so very rare, and they don't make them anymore.
Right.
I give them out as tips.
I get that. I mean, part of me wants to go to the bank and get those dollar coins, the gold ones, the Sacragias, the presidentials, whatever, and start just using those. But nobody spends them.
Those are actually tough to get. I mean,
trust me, if you walked up to your bank and said, hey, can I get a roll of those gold dollars? They have them.
But they're not the new one. I mean, it's like if I want a new, what's like the innovations, what's coming out. It's like,
oh well, the innovations.
Brand new issue.
In circulation. Wow.
Right? You got to get them.
I understand what he means. He means like brand new issue. Like we would get the quarters, like Gunny for the W. It's hard to find the brand new issue of the $1 quarters, the innovations. Yeah.
By the way, I want to leave Dan with this. Yes, you're a currency guy. What do you think? Should they stop making the dollar bill and go to a dollar coin, or keep doing what we're doing? Just out of curiosity. I mean, you've heard this. We've heard this our entire lives. They're going to stop making pennies. They're going to stop making $1 bills. I mean, honest opinion, just curious.
I will say this, and not that I'm sure you're shocked that I would have an opinion. Pennies need to go away. They just need, they cost more money for business, the government, everybody. It costs everybody more money. So
and there's Zinkins now with the Liberty Shield, the Shield. I mean, the Shield Zinkin is the absolute worst design. You've seen them burn down. Have you seen the YouTube videos where they burn them? They melt them down. It's like, that's not a coin. That's just like some
token. It's a token.
It's a token. Yeah, it's like disgusting.
And so, by the way, the dollar bill, here's a little fun story on the dollar bill. Do you know why all of our currency has been redesigned except the $1 and $2 bill?
Because nobody can counterfeit those?
Nobody counterfeits them is a small part of the reason.
Okay.
The $2 bill, it's not in use enough, so that's a reason. But the $1 bill?
Well, it would be too heavy if they counterfeited those.
The vending machine industry has been into Congress and passed a law. It is against the law for the Bureau of Engraving to change the $1 bill because the vending machine industry does not want a new $1 bill, so they don't have to change your machines.
I remember that now that you said that. Yes.
But to get rid of the dollar bill, and this is not because I'm a currency collector, I don't think we're ready for that. But yet I will look north and go, Canada, everywhere else has accepted the $1 and $2 coins. maybe now we are with electronic payments being more prevalent that, hey, I can carry 1 or 2 coins, 3 coins around in my pocket. I don't know.
That's
I don't think
the thing.
that-
I personally wish they bring the Ikes back, because not that I'm only sitting on 700 clad Ikes over there because I just love the coin and I get them for face value. I buy them.
Yeah.
But I miss the big coins. I miss dollar. I mean, I like the dollar coin idea, but it's like, I mean, you go to Okinawa. When I was in Japan, they use 3 bills, right? 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 yen. And the rest are coins. They got a 1, a 2, a 5, a 10, a 50, 100, and 500. It's like, and they say it's so much simpler that way.
Can you were going to say something?
Just in terms of like carrying coins in your pocket nowadays too. I don't I don't know how practical it is. I honestly, and as much as I prefer holding a coin as opposed to a dollar bill, right? If I would much rather hold a Morgan silver dollar than a $1 bill, whether it's a silver certificate, I don't care what kind of $1 bill it is. I would rather have a silver dollar. I'd rather have a peace dollar or an Ike, like Gunny said. But I don't know how practical it is to carry it around in your pockets nowadays with your phone and with everything else.
That's where I'm at. Can I don't think. And Gunny, if they do make a dollar coin, it'll never be the size of Ike. I think you know that. But it should be bigger than a quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be
it should not be a Susan B. Anthony fiasco.
Worst coin ever made in the history of the universe.
Yeah. We grew up during that time, and it was like, it was like people were passing it off as a quarter, and I was like, oh, and I found a way to like, be like, okay, if you think that this is like, there were ways to like get around it in your favor.
It was almost the same size. They made it read it. It was silver. And how about those 1999s FBAs? But I think there's
the close AM and the far, or not the AM, the close, the date and the
the
near date and the far date. Yeah.
Well, here's my compromise. Let's experiment with just the $1 note and make it polymer, which lasts 20 years instead of 3 to 4. Try a polymer note. Try to do something. There you go. Australia. First, they started making polymer notes in 1988. That was when they made polymer notes. Now, albeit they had problems with them, but in 2 years they were able to do that. Good night, Ramo. Go Gophers.
Good night, Ray. Thank you for everything. We love you.
Frostbite Falls rules. But so I would love to see him try, just do it in the $1 bill and see what happens. But anyways,
it's like we'll leave that up to another video, another stream. We'll see. I mean, Dan, it's been an honor, sir. Thank you so much. We haven't had a guest come up here in a long time, and I'm glad you said yes, because obviously getting on the phone, we got to feel each other out. And I told my wife this after you said yes, and she goes, "Okay, who is this guy?" I said, I showed her one of your videos, and it was almost like watching your response to my comments, of course, going, "Geez, Dan, thanks for costing me money." But I got you. I got your sarcasm. And the more I got to, we emailed a couple of times, I'm like, I got to talk to this guy. Something says I need to talk to him. And I'm not afraid to just say, "Hey, can you want my phone number? Call me. Let's just see what can happen. What's the worst can happen? You don't call." You did. I think we hit it off pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, this guy's going to fit in quite well. And I just said right out afterwards, I said, "Hey, you want to come up on the stream?" And you were like,
I want to know how I can contribute items to upcoming auctions. That's your homework for you, Gunny, to get
absolutely
back. I want to know how I can help out with that.
Okay, and first we have to start off by making sure Can has a proper haircut. Just saying.
I love Can's haircut. Love it.
Bald is beautiful, man. Like,
okay, so
there's no David and Goliath going on here.
Is that?
Or I mean, no, Samson and Delilah. Excuse me, Samson and Delilah.
Try to be respectfully unrespectful. Are you being treated for anything that you don't have hair, or is this a lifestyle choice? Because my wife
myself
lost her hair. I mean, so do you shave your head on purpose?
Me?
Yeah.
I shave my head. Yeah. I have like things that have happened in my life with, genetics, of course. And I used to be a long-haired hippie, quite honestly. And That's
I wanted to be
that's where
respectful.
yeah,
My wife
Gunny
had-
and I are like polar opposites, to put a play on words with your name, Dan, because I'm like a peace and loving hippie, and he's like a Gunny who will shoot you into pieces.
Right. Yeah, and I was almost a little afraid of him. I was going to give him my phone number. Yeah, it's like 1-800-BITE me. But I was a little afraid to do that. No, I ask you that because I tried shaving my head, razor, and it's a job. It's an upkeep.
I've been doing it for years. Yeah, I've been doing it for years. I just,
like,
V Rose, Mr. V Rose is here. I do it. I don't like to do it. And honestly, Dan, I will tell you, and the missus just went into the other room and on the other side of the place, and she was like, she would attest to this, and I say it out loud a lot of times. I don't want to shave, so I'm going to go shave, and I'll say it out loud sometimes, like a crazy person, or like somebody who's talking to themselves. But she's there, and so I'm kind of saying it to her, but I'll say it to the universe, and I'll be like, I don't want to shave, so I'm going to go shave, and I'll go into the bathroom, and by God, I'll shave myself, but it's one of those things where it's like you have to do it every other day, or every 3 days,
right.
honestly, if you want to really keep it like copacetic.
I did it for like 2 months, and it was a lot of work, and I'm like, this is a pain in the ass. And then my wife started doing it, because I'm like, I can't. I'd leave a strip, or what's left of a strip, and she's like, well, I don't want to do it. So I'm like, we just take a number 2 blade every 2 weeks and have at it. And
I use a mirror. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I use a mirror so I can see, and I just do it. You just straight up do it. I don't have to pay for shampoo anymore. I don't have to pay for shampoo. I don't have to pay for haircuts anymore. There are advantages. It's streamlined. I can run faster. I can swim faster.
No swim caps needed. Wow. Well, I haven't run on purpose since my
we counter. So. Exactly, Dan. We count our blessings, not our problems, right? This is like rule number 1. We count our blessings, not our problems. Rule number 2. Repeat rule number 1.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. It's my honor and my pleasure, and thank you.
Absolutely.
You're a fun guy, man.
I hope your channel grows. I can't wait to see the newest video. I'm already counting down the time. I'm like, it's killing me, like waiting for a new episode of what's that new show I watched called For All Mankind? It's like, come on.
Oh, I love that show. Yes, show.
Sir.
So Big Apple.
We're not in the sponsorship here. I'm not in the NASCAR.
Big Apple Stacker, hello. Forget about it.
No, but Big Apple Stacker's that one that always
big currency guy.
Come down there.
I subscribe to Big Apple.
So Big Apple's a big currency guy. We gotta pause for a second there, Mister. Oh my God,
Big Apple Stacker rolls out some bills, man. He rolls out some.
Hold on. Gunny, you got another 30 minutes in you, homie?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. Big Apple, you come up with us and hang out with myself and Gunny and Polar.
Well, hold on a second, Dan. Are you good for 30 minutes, sir? All right.
Oh, I should have asked our guest. Thank you, Gunny.
Big Apple's coming. I got to take a bite of that.
Yeah, Dan. I just
forget about it. Puts that one when he's wearing that damn chicken suit, and you hear him say, "Don't make me come down there." I love it.
John Jacobs. Hold on one second.
Do I have to put on my Minnesota accent and start talking like this? And because man,
I'm gonna check with him right now. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Totally up to you, Dan. But
I'd love it, man. His accent is so thick, he can swim in it.
I've only chatted with him a few times. I'd love him to come up on our stream. I have not had him up here yet. Everybody, I mean, if you're in the coin community, Big Apple Stacker, awesome dude. He's from New York. If you couldn't tell, and he's solid. He's humorous. He's got the humor in him, and he's a fun guy.
The last video I watched of him, Big Apple, correct me if I'm wrong, but I love the notes that he chooses to send off to get graded. Yep. I think he does a really nice job of selecting notes.
But what people, I guess, if you go back and watch his stuff, he's got some high dollar stuff too.
Oh, some beauties.
Buddy, listen, sometimes I can't even watch his videos because I'm going, this is sickening me. Why? I want one of those.
I know, and you can't. You just not everybody can have everything.
Oh, no. It's
I know,
literally
Johnny, I'm not saying that,
in this coin collecting and currency we do. I want one of everything, but it's not possible, and I know that.
But that's I think one of the biggest deterrents that there is in collecting coins and currency is like, well, I can't afford that or this. Then don't collect that. That's okay, but you can still appreciate what someone else has.
Sure. I mean, like when I held that, I mean, the biggest bill I've ever held in my life, that most expensive too, $250,000, that $10,000 US note, I can finally say I had it this close. I'm like, it felt so good because before they were just sitting behind glass on a wheel in Las Vegas.
Oh, that was Binion. Was it a Binion note? It was part of the Binion.
I'm gonna play dumb and go, okay.
Binion, he was big into the silver Morgans. He owned a casino, Binion's Casino in Las Vegas on the old strip. And he had a hoard of $10,000 bills just in case that you could get your photo op in front. He had the
ones I'm talking about. It was a game wheel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't.
And what's funny, when I mentioned it to the guy who had them, when he got in on the whatever notes they put on the bill, it said it was from that casino. I'm like, well, that's freaking cool. So, and then of course, when you go around the fun show, have you ever been to one that big, any kind of numismatic show like that?
Yes.
I mean, every year it's been different. The 2 years I've been, and literally when I was walking, my eye just happened to catch that portal $5 note, and I'm like, okay, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, just because it's the only one they've ever made. And I need that.
Yeah, the $5,000 is a rare note. Gunny, I'm going to email you if you can bring it up.
Sure.
It's what I'm talking about for Binions.
Oh, okay. I think Can's doing a serious negotiating with the Big Apple stack.
Yeah, I just got to get his email address. He agreed to come up, so he is coming up. He's working, but he definitely said. Well, no, I have a chicken though I can bring over from Ramno. Ramno bought a chicken actually to make Big Apple laugh. I'll bring it up. Hold on, we got a big show, big things. A lot of stuff going on. Topo Gigio will be here later too. Hold on 1 second.
Topo Gigio, that made an appearance on my last video.
Okay, no, it wasn't that, Dan.
Okay, but this is
that is so cool.
The selection that he had, and it was basically one of the first photo ops. Hey, take your. I think he had $1 million of $10,000 bills.
Wow,
Isn't that cool?
I'm gonna have to show everybody this.
Yeah.
This is really neat. I've not seen that one. The ones I saw, they were on a wheel.
Now, I don't know the story behind Binion, but he had a hoard of silver dollars buried out in somewhere near the Vegas desert. I don't know the story, but there's something, and he might have not been on the up and up all the way.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, and that's also where they used to have the World Series of Poker was at Binion's Horseshoe Casino. The World Series of Poker used to be there, and then it got too big, and they had to move it to the Rio, and now they moved it from the Rio on to somewhere else.
If I go to Vegas, I love hanging out at the old strip, though. That's where I'm not a huge Vegas fan, but when
Fairmont.
I love the old school.
Like Fairmont. Yeah.
My aunt used to work at the Dunes for forever and a day.
Good night, Shimpy. You had family that worked at the Dunes?
My aunt did.
Oh, God. Okay, hide your valuables. Who brought security? Where's security?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Hi, Big Apple.
Good.
Turn your phone, you amateur. Turn your phone, you amateur.
What do you mean? Okay, look at that.
There you go.
Come on. I don't stream with my phone here. By the way, guys, I am at work, so I'm not gonna stay up here too long with you guys. But Gunny, thanks a lot for allowing me to pop up. And by the way, Paula, I love you, man. I love you. I think all your videos, I sometimes just watch your videos. I just kind of hit the like because I don't even know what to say when I'm up on your channel.
I know, right?
But I'm like, what the hell is going? But the stuff you show and you explain, I'm telling you, are you a professor? Because you remind me of one of my old professors.
I actually work for a historical society, so that you're not too far off.
Okay, well, let me tell you, you do an amazing job, hands down. Anything that you show, I can't do what you're doing. I can tell you everything about the currency. You give me a test, I'm going to pass it, guarantee you. But not to explain it the way you do it, man.
Big Apple back at you. I am not an expert in what some of the questions that were popping up. Big Apple would have been able to answer it like that.
Yeah.
And by the way, Big Apple, what came up tonight? Somebody showed a 1914 $10 Boston Star note, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, and it was a Burke McAdoo signature, and I'm looking it up in the book, right? Seeing what it is. There it is.
Right.
That's one of 5 known.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, this is very rare. That note, even though it's in the back, I seen it. Somebody showed it to me too. So somebody asked me about it. I told them that it's rare. It's not something that you're gonna find. They're not gonna
It's
find.
not attainable.
So even in that condition, I tell you right now, off the bat, that note is gonna be expensive. You're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna find that note.
I threw out it's probably 10 grand easy.
Yeah, it's definitely in the thousands for sure. That note right there is definitely in the thousands. I actually they sent it to me in a text, so I was looking all night last night when they showed it to me, and I'm like, no, you can't. That's just not gonna happen. You're not gonna find that. So that is extremely rare. And I tell you, a lot of people in this community, I cannot see the chat. So if anybody's typing hello to everyone that's in the chat, by the way, a lot of people don't realize that this currency was all backed up by our gold and silver today. What we're buying today, that's what was backed up by. So
Well, and you know what? A lot of people forget that currency started out being backed by 40% gold.
Correct.
A lot of people think it was fiat from the get-go, and that's not true.
No. You're right about that. And even with the fractional currency and everything else, I mean, currencies are also different.
Yeah.
I don't like to want to sell it, but currency is not something to sell like that. You just need to hold it. So for sure, if you're ever looking for it to grow in value, by the way. So.
But the notes you choose to go send off and stuff, I mean, just aces, good choices. Yeah. I like it that you take risks and you're like, yeah, what the hell?
To be honest with you, really think about it. Something. We're not going to find any of that right in a regular bank.
No.
Right? So to me, any of those notes that I do send out, the first thing is I'm trying to get one per the book. So every time I'm putting a little star, okay, I got this one, it's the next one. So condition of course matters, but what can I do? You're talking about a $3,000 or $4,000 note. It's gonna be a while for me to get that one.
So can I ask you a question about what would be, I mean, for folks, because there are the graded versus non-graded, but there's really the value of a currency note. What, in your opinion, it should be the value before it's really worth sending it off to get graded?
Well, I mean, if you send a note that's to send out to get graded, I mean, we're gonna understand. We're protecting that note.
Yes.
You're actually the actual value that you want when you purchase the note. Is that what you're asking me?
Well, I mean, people are like, well, if I buy a $50 valued note, should I have that graded? And I'm like, sure, you can have anything graded. Do you want to pay it for it? or are you looking to recoup your money? And so my thing for people when they ask me, and I'm not an expert, you know more than I do in this, I want to make sure I'm throwing out the right info. I'm like, if it's $100 retail value, that's probably worth getting graded. Are you going to get your money back? Well, I don't know. Nobody
Okay,
knows.
I'll give you a perfect example. Somebody I spoke to, and they were showing me a 2017 $100 note. They were showing it to me. So they were like, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting this graded because of the serial number." And I explained to them that that note is just really just valued just really at $100. It's not really valued. There's really nothing to that. One, you could find that. Yeah, like you see something like that. Well, hold on. Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's a number.
All
It's
right.
a number one.
Okay. Well, something like that may be different. What
Right.
year is that? Year is that?
20 to 2006.
So 2006. So we're talking already. It's really old. It's something that you're not going to find with all the serial numbers. Would I get that graded? Absolutely 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
So yes, I would send that out to get graded. But the one that he was showing, I would send that out to get graded. He had other ones that were like 19, I think 85 or something like that. And I got a bunch of those. So I am sending one of those out. So I got to see ones I'm going to look to see which is the lowest printed. But yeah, so it's worth to send out. You know, maybe I'll probably pass it down to my nephew, or I don't know, but they'll be valuable as they come, years down the road for sure. I don't think
Well,
right now the second, but
the problem with my question with I think with people like me and you and other people who love currency and coins is that if you're asking about the value first, you're asking the wrong question.
right.
If you want to get it graded, get it graded. Go get it graded. I don't care if it's not worth it or if, quote unquote. If you want to grade
it is kind of a learning curve too, because
Yeah.
I mean, I've sent coins in to get graded, and between purchasing the coin, getting it graded, I'm lucky to break even if you're a flipper. I'm not a
Right.
flipper, but it's one of those, do it, learn it, have some fun. I mean, that's part of the experience of taking a chance and seeing, hey, you might have a unique bill there. Who knows?
So-
Hey, you don't know if you don't try.
So did you see the last video you commented on, the one that I took from the PMG, because I don't like
Yeah. Right.
if you see the other note, what I'm actually doing for everyone now, I'm doing like prizes. So if you grade everything else and you come out right, the first prize is like I'm giving away like 3 ounces. Second prize is like the second ounce, 2 ounces. Third prize is 1 ounce. So if you get it right out of all of them, and like you beat the other person, you're getting the ounces. It's free.
Yeah, right.
I'm just trying to see who's out there that really knows about currency on grading. So I actually did that. I don't know. I kind of said the for you to say if you want to join in, go ahead. Just grade them to see what you can think what they're going to come back as. I said about
It's just so, I mean, I think it's very, I mean, they say coins are difficult to grade when they're not in hand. I would say 100 times more for currency.
well,
It is very difficult to grade currency from a picture.
currency creases, corners,
Yes.
center. It has to be a certain amount from each
Yep.
corner to the top to the bottom. People don't realize it's just not looking, and I kind of show people, but I just don't like to show everything I know, because then people are like, well, Big Apple, they won't go back.
I'd like to use you, Big Apple, but I don't want to abuse you, brother.
I got a couple of guys. I got to whack a couple of these guys because, we'll a couple of people in the Floyd community. I'm just trying to
They just keep taking and taking. Gunny, we can't hear you, Gunny.
They're on mute, Gunny.
Gunny,
I'm going to tell you, hey, the way he was talking, I think he's from New York or something. I don't know.
I'm actually in the Bronx right now, by the way, just to let you guys know.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good in New York.
Yeah, take us on a tour.
But I can't really show you because it's like really dark. I would have to kind of know. But I am in the Bronx here. Yankee Stadium is right behind me, and that's New York down there. way down there. I mean, you guys can't really see.
Yeah, the reflection.
That is
That's rad, though. Thank you so much for coming up with us, though, Big Apple. I know it was kind of
So
impromptu. and
basically,
I'm glad
Big
you guys
Apple,
know each other.
by chance, Big Apple, are you going to come down to Florida to the fun show?
You know, I know I was talking to Mikey about that. And I told him, Mike, maybe I'll one day go out there, but I don't know. Is it that this January? Is it January?
Yeah. January 7th through the 9th.
Yeah, I just got to put it for vacation. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but
It's
I
the
have
first week.
work.
I know. We understand. We understand
years.
jobs. We get it.
2 more years, I'm done. I retire. So, but
I'm the same way. I'm
Well-
thinking about it. I got a kid's wedding like in 3 weeks before that. Budget, everything.
yeah,
I know.
But I mean, it's.
I get it. Trust.
But
us.
it's. I mean, if
get it.
anybody's near and drivable, if you can drive to one of the larger coin and currency shows, money shows, it is worth it because you're going to find something. You're going to find something. And I know in my area, I don't want to say I live in a complete coin currency desert, but I kind of do. It's just I don't have a lot of options here. And so if you got a chance to drive to a larger show, I had the opportunity. I was in Baltimore last week at the Whitman show, and it was great. And what's great is that more and more currency dealers are at these big shows.
Well, like the one I went to a few months ago, it was just a small one in Tampa, 70, 80 tables.
Okay.
And, but the deals I got, I told you what I paid for those bills, and you were like, "Wow, good stuff." The smaller ones, I think you're going to make better deals. You got to go just look on your local coin shows and currency shows and stuff, and go like that. Because when you go to the fun show, buddy, there's some high rollers up in there. I mean, like I don't know, Big Apple Stacker caught it. This guy he must have had a dozen of the $10,000 US notes he was selling, $250,000 a piece. I'm like, well, can I take 4? Wow, but can't afford them. But I mean, like I said, there are some high rollers at some of these big shows, though. But you still find good stuff that is affordable. And like Dan is saying, don't go in there and don't go mad. Go in there with a budget and start slow and work your way up. And Big Apple Stacker, he'll attest to that too.
yeah, but I spend money when I see currency. I love it, and my Morgan dollars.
Yeah, I like the peace dollar. I'm a peace dollar guy.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, see, I'm stuck on those peace dollars too.
Everybody keeps sleeping on the peace dollars. Everybody.
So since Big Apple's here, Can I saw that question come up. So we're talking a star note run of $50 notes, and it was a 640,000 print run. Mr. V Rose is asking the value of that, and frankly, that's not my expertise. And all I could say is that they're very tough to weight. Star notes, especially modern ones, there's a lot out there.
Yeah,
they're not rare.
No.
Yeah.
You could put in a bank.
I know, you look them up, and
you know, people don't realize
most of the ones I look up.
Silver certificates and a lot
Go
of
ahead, Stacker.
Can you hear me or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the legal tenders and stuff like that, you're not going to find. It's stuff that you're going to find in the bank. The star notes you're going to find. There's going to be plenty of star notes. Just go to the bank and pick them up. Just ask for, what's his name? He does it on YouTube. I forgot this guy's name. I can't remember. What is it? What is it? Oh God, I don't forget about it.
You talking about Rob finds treasure?
No. He does currency. He only does currency.
Stu
okay.
Plubeck?
Who?
Stu Plubeck?
Yes, that's him. I couldn't remember his name. I don't know why. I'm like so shocked. Anyway, he's always looking. He's always looking. And you just pick him up. Especially now during the holidays, they go and pick up all the brand new notes from the Federal Reserve. You could ask brand new stacks of $2 bills. So,
it is a fair question to Mr. V Rose. I don't know about this Yankee Stadium comment, but whatever.
What did he say? Somebody's looking at wacko.
He said it's the mecca of baseball. Relax, Big Apple. It was the mecca of baseball is Yankee Stadium, and probably can't argue that. It's certainly not, my little Twins field here.
Talk about the Mets. I was going, oh boy, here we go.
But the aspect that, yes, 640,000 is a very low print run for Star Notes. It's just, it's a $50 bill. Would you find somebody that would pay 60 for it? Maybe 70 on eBay. They got to be looking for it. I don't know.
Some guys on eBay are just out of control. I mean, I don't know. I don't buy stuff from them. I really don't. I don't know.
I mean, where that becomes valuable is if you are a collector and you want a example of every single signature combination for every single series year, and you want a Star Note companion with that. So you're collecting literally every single, because that bank, yeah, it's 640,000, but remember there's 11 other Federal Reserves printing Star Notes too. Everybody's got Star Notes. So it's really a hard question. It's rare and valuable to someone who thinks it is, and I know that's a bullshit answer, but that is the answer. I collect Minneapolis notes, Big Apple.
Yeah.
I don't care about Chicago. I don't care about San Francisco. So to me, a $50 San Francisco Star Note means nothing. I don't care.
Right.
It's kind of like national currency. I mean, I don't care about. I mean, I do. I really appreciate it. But a note from New York versus a note from Minnesota, I want the note from Minnesota. That's more valuable to me.
Right, right.
And by the way, I want to buy it in New York because it's going to be cheaper to buy it in New York than it would be to buy it in Minnesota.
Retired Navy Rob does the same thing. He buys a lot of notes that's within his area that he loves. And
How about him picking up those notes from his hometown? How awesome was that?
Yeah,
that almost made me cry. Honestly, it was so awesome.
And me and Dan, Big Apple, me and Dan got a deal. He's going to start looking for Florida notes up there, and I'm going to look for his Minneapolis ones down here.
Yeah. Wow.
There's what reference books? This is the first book. If you haven't bought a currency book, this is it.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Let me bring you up a little closer. GMAP, check this one out. There we go.
This is the Bible.
Yeah.
That is the starter book.
Hey Lester, Semper Fi. Hey, we don't want to see your can either there, buddy. Put that away.
I'm going to shake it for you, baby.
I had to get him back. If you were here earlier in the evening, it's more funny.
Yeah.
This is an old book, but I like it a lot.
All right, here we go.
Now, Big Apple.
I like it a lot. Like
a lot. It's an older book, but it's not quite as nice, black and white, but it's cheaper. But it's it's not up to date. This one for small size. This one is a spendy book, but it's worth it if you're into small size currency because it's out of print. This is the last edition they made. So small size standard currency. But go back to that first one. That's where you start, in my opinion, Big Apple.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I would think if you want to collect the smaller notes is probably something for you to start collecting. When you want to start, I think it's the smaller notes.
Right. Now, Big Apple, just out of curiosity, being in New York, it's a tourist area and all that stuff. Do you find, with it being where you live and stuff like that, do you find a lot more varieties of the stuff that you're searching for and all that in your area?
What are you kidding? Not around here.
Okay.
No way. Out here, people are robbing each other. What are you talking about?
All right. Well, hey, man, I'm just asking because, I'm a Floridian, buddy. I've never even been to New York.
I would tell you, don't come down. Forget about it. Not around here.
No. Trust me. I'm in the middle of 10 acres. I understand that. I have land. My neighbor's not that far away from me.
Listen, when every time I get the hell out of New York, are you kidding me?
Where are you going to when you leave there?
To be honest with you, I think my wife wants either Florida or Texas. I'm not that sure.
Now, do you think you could live in the country, or are you too much of a city guy?
No. I can live in the country.
Okay.
I could definitely. We had a house upstate New York, so not it's not the city life for me is as you once you get older, you start this fast life.
Oh, you are not kidding, because
I'm starting to
me and the
realize
wife,
that
we go to
too.
Tampa, we go to hockey games, we like watching the Lightning. I know you don't like them, but whatever. We go there, and we're in the middle of that big ass city, and I'm going, there's just too many goddamn people here. I gotta go.
Yeah, it's overcrowded, congested. It's
Yeah, I mean, it's probably nothing compared to New York City, but you get my point. It's like, nope, I like where I
Yeah.
live. I don't have any neighbors. I live in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. So, by the way, I just want to let you know. Also, retired Navy Rob talks very highly about you. By the way,
Why? What did I do? What did I do?
you Gunny. Nobody's talking about you.
I know.
Well, I retired Navy Rob is I I love what he collects because he's like me. He's kind of all over the place, and that I love that. And what he picks up are quality notes.
Yeah. He's
He
more.
picks-
He's in such. He loves the Confederates, and he's really into that, I kind of just I like my legal tender, and I'm actually next week there's the coin show going up, and I'm trying to pick me up the educational note actually.
Is retired Navy Rob? Is that R&R Currency and Collectibles?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. Got it.
Are you going? So do you have any of the educationals, Big Apple?
Is he in the chat?
No, I'm putting his link up for everybody.
Okay. Say that again.
All right. Have you got any of the educationals?
No, but I will be getting one by next week.
Which one?
I don't know. Whichever one really nice grade, maybe 30 and above. That's what I'm trying to always stick with, 30 and above.
Are you going to go after I mean, I have the 1 and the 2, and they're probably 8 to 15 somewhere, depending on who you look at. I love them. I've got them because they are. What we're talking about is the educational banknote series, and they are not.
They're not cheap.
Here's the $1, arguably the most beautiful banknote the U.S. ever put out.
I love that entire series, man.
Yeah, and but it does kind of have a showstopper. If you're on a budget, the $5 is tough.
The $5 is going to run me about probably $35,000, $4,000.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah.
That
Easy.
one there, I think that's probably the one I'm going to probably go for. I am going to try to get it graded. I'm probably going to wind up spending about $1,200 on it.
The 1 and the 2, you can get them for $400 to $700 in good, in the 10 condition. When I say good, it's got good color, it's got good body. There's still a lot left to the note, but
right.
It's still pretty low grade, and that's Big Apple. That's what I collect because I'm kind of like, well, I want more rather than and budget isn't everything.
Well,
budget isn't everything.
All right, well, Can-Can's got something for us.
What the hell is that?
I've been waiting to show this. I've been waiting to show this for a little bit. Gunny, you mind just kind of highlighting me for a second? With you being in here, Big Apple, I've been wanting to show this for a little bit, and I've shown the bell, but I haven't opened the card, and the card is from all of us here at the Coin Tribe, and it was written and the whole thing was spearheaded by Joe Durbin and Diane Durbin. And if you don't know who they are, please put them in the chat in their link. They're just an incredible couple that they live in Minnesota as well, so there's a Minnesota connection with you, Polar, and this is the card. She said she didn't mean to seal it, and so she said go ahead and open it, and here's the card. This is going to Texas Joe's widow, Dana. This is the first I've seen it. Mrs. Texas Joe, this coin bell is made from 190% silver Washington quarter, 190% silver Washington commemorative $50, 1 Morgan dollar, and the handle is 925 sterling silver Washington handle. Joe and Diane Durbin and the Coin Tribe.
Wow. That's
If you don't know who Texas Joe is, let me introduce you to him. GMAP is here, I believe, and GMAP made this for me, and this is Texas Joe. And he's always behind us. He will always be with us. He's with the Jack Allman bear claw necklace and the medicine bag, and he's always here behind us. And Texas Joe was a special man who came to the YouTube coin community and just embraced himself with so many of us, and just really endeared himself to anybody he met. Quite honestly, I don't think anybody ever had anything negative to say about this man, quite honestly. And he and I roomed together. We went he and I went to Las Vegas together, and we went to the PCGS coin show, and we were supposed to go to the
I think we all know that.
we were supposed to go to the Grove, Oklahoma show, and he passed about a month or two before. We already had reservations. We were ready to go and room together again. This is the bell. This is from the Durbins on behalf of the Coin Tribe. I know anyone who knew anything about Texas Joe, he loved his Morgans. He had a kookaburra story, and he was all about George Washington. And by God, Joe Durbin, you just nailed it, and you gave something so incredibly beautiful of yourself with your talents to Dana, but to all of us who know him and remember him. The slug is from the Morgan silver dollar, so the same slug is hitting the same coin that it came from. It's a 1921 Morgan. It's a commemorative 1982 Washington half dollar, and it's a Washington quarter. And Joe Durbin, Diane Durbin, thank you on behalf of the Coin Tribe. Thank you so much for just understanding that he meant so much to so many of us. And honest to God, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for representing us in such a beautiful way. And I will pass this on to Dana now that I've shown everyone officially at the Coin Tribe, and I can't imagine what their family's going through. They have three. He has three kids and his wife Dana, and my heart goes out to them. I know that so many of us are thinking of them, and Texas Joe will never forget you. And man, I miss you every day. Truly.
you took my entire energy. Like, oh my God. Oh, Texas Joe was something, man. Texas Joe. At that note, I'm gonna kind of let you guys get going. But before I do leave, I just want to tell you, I'm sorry to change the subject, but I think you did an amazing job. You, Gunny, everybody else for the Wounded Warriors, and I wanted to just share that
Thank
with
you.
I think you guys did an amazing job. An amazing, awesome job.
Before you were about to leave Big Apple, I wanted to thank you personally for reaching out to me. Big Apple reached out to me personally. He sent me a text and a phone call, and he said, on behalf of and Mike Pepsi, he represented you. He represented some of my good friends, Lola and Jeff Davis, and other people who gave him positive feedback, and it means a lot to me. And Big Apple, it meant a lot to me that you reached out to me, and also that you reached out on their behalf. But there's three things, and it's a great team, it's a great community, coin community, and it's a great cause, and it's a trifecta. All three of those things came together for an amazing event, and honestly, thank you so much though for reaching out on a personal level, but also just thank you.
Yeah, excellent job. Everybody, V Rose and AG, all you guys did an amazing job. MLZB, Steve and Orkin. Nice. Tired of those two guys.
A little flat, a little pitchy. No, they were all awesome.
Scotty, I want to thank you for allowing me to pop up on your channel. And listen, it's a pleasure meeting you, talking to you for the first time. I was actually nervous, by the way, just coming up here because you were up here. And I was like, when KK called and said, you want to, I'm like, sure. I'm like, oh my God, and I'm like, I'm at work, but nobody's here. Everybody's down, The holidays.
Seriously, you should have seen my face when it was like, Big Apple is coming. I was like, this.
Well, I'm saying that about you, so I'm like,
we're just one big happy family, everybody.
Listen, I can't wait to tell retired name. I'm going to call Rob right now. Retired name Rob. You know what was just up in the
See, Dan, you're a celebrity. You didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I just want to tell stories. That's all I want to do.
Well, keep bringing them because they're great stories. Let me tell you.
Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. your time, baby. New video.
Guys, listen, it's been a pleasure. I got to get going.
Thanks. Great to meet you.
Safe and thank you, Big Apple.
Big Apple. Don't make me come down there.
Yeah, I don't want to dump anybody's skull if you're talking about that. Forget about it. All right, guys.
Take care, brother. Guys. Oh my God, that guy. He's as stereotypical New Yorker as they come, but I'll tell you what, heart as big as gold, man. He's an awesome guy.
That was so. Thanks, Can for getting him that. That was
You're
super
welcome.
cool.
I'm glad.
Hey Dan, that was a twofer tonight, man.
That was seriously.
It's the way it's supposed to be, honest to God. And when you do the right thing, and Mr. Vero spoke on this, and he spoke on this at the end of the Wounded Warrior Project. And Vero's, you really he's my cousin. We call each other, and he and I are Italians, and we have roomed together at the fun show the last 2 years, and we really get each other, and Gunny and I get each other, and I think you and I are starting to get each other, Polar, and it's kind of that thing where, and Vero's kind of said to me, he was just kind of like, I forgot, I lost my train of thought because I'm thinking about like the other people involved, but essentially it was like he's kind of like, I totally lost my train of thought. It doesn't matter.
He's a good guy, fun loving. I got nothing.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember where I was going with it. I have stuff in front of me. Like I'm thinking about Texas Joe. Like I'm all spun out. Like honest to God,
I will put this out there real quick. Dan, you got a striking resemblance to Joe with the beard, the glasses, and all you're missing is a big ass soup bowl of a Texas Joe hat. The cowboy hat. He would have totally wanted to befriend you in a heartbeat, dude, because the stuff you're putting out there, because Joe did not believe in let's just put it out there. He got some amazing coins with these the flowing haired liberties, the busts, the seated, the Carson cities. He had an amazing collection. Me personally, when I got my job a few years ago, it was life-changing for me because it was corporate. Okay, it wasn't just your walk in the Lowe's to get a job. No offense to anybody, but this was just next level for me. And he and I gravitated towards each other because we both worked in the phone company, so to speak. I was a cable splicer. I did fiber optics in the Marine Corps and all that stuff. He worked for AT&T, I believe it was, and he knew what I did. But when I got that job, of course, I had to talk to my wife going, babe, this is big. I said, I have to talk to Joe. And I did. And the guy, the biggest thing he told me was, man, just look, don't get stupid. But he goes, just like you say, Gunny, he goes, get out there and have fun with it, man. And I was like, oh, okay. And we did. And the most amount of fun I have, to be honest with you, is being able to donate to these charities, help out my fellow tribe members when they, everybody, doesn't know where their next meal is coming from or something like that. I love helping the tribe, and Joe projected that, and you definitely missed out on knowing him. But I'll tell you what, he is smiling down on us because we're connected and all that stuff, because that dude, he's always going to be with us, because sometimes we go, well, sometimes literally we've asked ourselves, well, what would Joe do? And he's going to linger with us forever, because he had that impact on anybody who ever talked to him will basically say, I don't think that guy had a bad bone in his body. He's just an amazing person. And yet what pisses me off is Ozzy Osbourne and Keith Richards are still walking around, and they take a good guy like Joe. It makes you wonder, but at the same time, it happens for a reason. We just don't know.
I think Ozzy and Keith Richards are also good people too. So let's keep going.
I mean, they just look. Just saying, snorting ants and whatever. But
hey, Polar, one last question. What kind of music do you like?
Boy, that's one of the hardest questions for me to answer, because if you were to ask my daughters, it's almost anything and everything. And I know that's a bad answer.
No,
I'm a total 80s pop music guy. That's when I grew up. I still love it. I have my playlist. They grew up listening to it. They know the words better than I do now.
So I got to know, so I can put you in an age group. What year did you graduate high school?
84.
Music.
Oh, all right. So,
And
I mean, you got me by 5 years. So I get it.
Favorite album, Billy Joel, Glass Houses.
If somebody were to ask me what my favorite album is, let's wait for it.
Crickets, because no one cares.
Right. It depends, because I was going to say, the way you were answering that question, what's your favorite music? Well, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
That's true too. But
I can go anywhere from the Statler Brothers, Hugo Montenegro, to Pantera, to go ripping your face off type of music. It just depends. I'm a drummer. It's like I want to play it all,
I grew up with a father that listened Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Tammy Wynette. That Johnny Cash. It was Johnny Cash. His favorite song was Green Onions. But also, you'd walk down one night and he's listening to Beethoven. He's listening to National Public Radio and
all of that.
So I grew up with and he loved jazz. One of the best, loved jazz. And I certainly respect it. It's just not my favorite deal. But yeah, it's a fair question, Can, but mine is a weird answer.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, because I
got a roundabout answer.
I swear to God, I'm playing the Muppet theme song going down the road, or whatever that one song. What is it called? Mana Mana. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, Mana Mana.
I'm sitting there driving down the road, just going Mana Mana. It just depends. But I will tell you this, Dan. What was it been? 3 weeks ago, I went and saw Sammy Hagar and George Thorogood. My God.
Yeah. And I've been to. I'm not a concert guy. Drives my friends and my wife have. I do not like concerts. Do not like them.
Okay, we can still be friends. It's okay.
I've been to one concert in my entire life. Well, there is another, but the one concert that I purposely went to was Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet.
Oh,
nice.
It was a good one.
Down on Main Street. Nice.
Yeah, that early
So
Bob Seger. Love. But
so
that's.
I'll tell you what, Dan. We've been doing this
Go
for
ahead,
about
Gunny.
3.5 hours. Can's grabbing his electric kazoo. I definitely want you to stay in the green room and watch this, but I'll let you. We always do this, and we're gonna let you go first. We're gonna give you your final thoughts, or you give us your final thoughts.
My final thoughts is that I found out about this about 5 o'clock Central Time today, and I jumped on it. I mean, just come on and talk with you guys and what your community and the tribe does. It's this isn't everywhere. This is really cool. Thank you for having me and giving me the opportunity to talk. It's just fun to talk currency and coins with folks, even though I don't really like coins. But Can, Gypsy, Gunny, thank you. Sincerely.
It's our pleasure. It's
And
fun
then
to
the
meet
bonus
you.
of Big Apple coming on, that was awesome. It's just awesome.
No, excellent. But
So
with
That was fun.
I'll come on really quick. I won't take too long, I promise. It's awesome to get a new tribe member up on the panel. I try and do it all the time. So many people are too scared, but you heard a little bit of resistance in Dan's voice. I think it was about a half a second, but he ready to jump on it. He's watched us before, and it's great to get a new face to this community that we love, and he's part of our family, and I can't wait to get him up here again. I mean, what, 6 o'clock in the morning? That video ain't coming soon enough. And like I say, if you ain't having fun, you're doing something wrong. Listen, the holidays are coming up. We're not going to be here next week for Thanksgiving. I hope you all will get together with family, friends. Even if you're by yourself, just make sure you're doing something fun, okay? Reach out to me if you need to talk. I'm always here for you. And again, you ain't having fun, you're doing something wrong. Have a great holiday, everybody, and take it away, Can.
Right on, everyone. Thank you, Polar Currency. It was great to meet you, Dan. Honestly, it's fun to like vibe with new people that really like understand like just the way it is, and the way it is being spontaneous. And I know you had like zero like, I don't know, warning or choice of like, okay, well, tonight, okay, in an hour, all right, well, you know, and honestly, Gunny and I were having this talk earlier about dogs and about having like a dog show you how to be in the moment, how to just be in the moment, how dogs can teach you this, and we learn lessons from numerous sources. If you're open, if you're receptive to learning lessons, life will teach you every day. Be a lifelong learner. I was always taught from my parents. Every day something, whether it's coins, whether it's currency, whether it's how to deal with people, how to deal with yourself, learn something every day and be receptive to it. And the messages and the people and the resources are out there. You just got to open yourself up, be receptive. People who are lonely build walls instead of bridges. People are warm and soft. Walls are cold and rigid. Don't you worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We're singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We'll rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds perched by our doorstep, singing sweet songs, the melodies pure and true. And the singing, this is our message to you. And the singing, don't worry, la da 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 da, about a thing, la da 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 da, 'cause every little thing, it's gonna be alright. La da 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 da, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We'll rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds perched by my doorstep, melodies pure and true. You know the singing. This is our message to you. They'll be singing, don't worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. We won't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Because every little thing is gonna be alright. La da 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 da. Go in love, go in light. If you can't find where the light is, honest to God, look inside yourself. Look in the chat. Look within, though. If I had a word of advice to give you, Mary B, I love you. Hi, Mary B. If I had a word of advice to give you, look within for the light. It's there. Don't look outward. Look inward. Find it within yourself. You have it. Show it. Shine it. There's only one of you. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Oscar Wilde has said that. It really means a lot to me. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. On behalf of the tribe, on behalf of Polar Currency, Gunny, myself, everybody in the coin community, the kitty, count your blessings and not your problems. It's a great foundation. We love you. We'll see you Monday. We have some special things Monday. Please come by Can Collectibles. We'll see you then. Cheers.
Good night.
I was hoping he would stay in.